Alright, welcome to a Sanctioned Battle Report. This is still early on for me. I believe this is my 5th one. But today I'm actually joined by our good friend Svi. Svi, I got that right?
You get it.
Alright, excellent. Svi. He's actually come from Israel today.
All the way from the Middle East.
All the way from the Middle East to join us today. So unfortunately he was not aware that he was going to be getting a game in with us. So he doesn't have his own army with him today. So we have lent him the Studio Guard army. So we're looking forward to seeing how he does with that. But as a result, we have two 1,500 point armies put together. You were able to find what you needed, which was good. I'm gonna be running a combination of Grey Knights and Admech. We're finally gonna see some Admech on the table. That's gonna be really fun.
I'm a little worried about that. Admech.
You know, I won't be too worried yet. They're all toughness 3. They're not that tough.
They are humans.
They are humans, but they can put on some scary firepower. But so that's going to be a little exciting because this is a combination I wanted to see. I wanted to see how the Admech and the Grey Knights paired together in this regard. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes against a whole bunch of guard, like a giant horde army.
Pretty much.
Which I was not really. You keep moving away. Scooch closer.
Sorry.
You and the blues. Scooch closer.
You're big.
I'm big.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're looking forward to that. So we both have our armies put together. We have our board set up. We haven't rolled for missions yet, so we'll get back to you on that one in just a moment. And always remember, you can always send us a challenge at miniwargaming.com/challenges. We love to see everyone coming in. Generally speaking, we hope that you contact us a little bit in advance, but sometimes we can work out some last minute stuff. But definitely send us an email, let us know. We want to see you come in. We want to see new armies. We want to see new players all the time. And we want to keep meeting people like Svi. So, with all that said, let's take a look at the armies. So here is Svi's 1,500 points of guard, and I can never get over just how many guard you get for that. So we're just going to get him to do a quick rundown for us. So let's start at the left here, and just move through.
Left, we have 2 armored sentinels with autocannons.
Okay.
We have the 1st platoon squad, which has 3 autocannons. All the sergeants have bolters. We have a priest in there. 2nd platoon squad, the exact clone copy.
Okay.
We have company command squad with master of ordnance, dropping nice little pipe plates. We have a veteran squad with our heavy flamer.
Yeah, that's a regular flamer, but because heavy flamer models are rare with guard, we decided just to proxy that in because he doesn't have any other flamers on infantry model.
The vet squad also has a Melta.
Okay.
And they will be inside the Chimera.
Alright.
Tank-wise, we have a Punisher with heavy flamer and 2 multi-Meltas.
Alright.
We have, I believe it's the Eradicator.
Okay.
It's with 2 twin-linked autocannons and heavy bolters all around.
Alright.
We have the Dirty Squad of 3 Wyverns.
I was telling him earlier, he just doesn't want to make friends, that's all. Because 3 Wyverns, we've seen what they can do. We've seen what they can't do, but either way, with an infantry army, that's always a pain. So,
and then lastly, we have an Aegis defense line with a quad gun.
Alright, so he's going to set that up in just a second, and then we'll do full deployment. Now over here, we have my 1,500 points, which just is nothing compared to his. Now I have decided to make the Skitarii my primary force. Now we don't have a lot of the Skitarii or Skitarii, however you pronounce that. I'm just going to call it Skitarii, just to annoy people. We don't have a whole lot of it painted up at the moment, so unfortunately I don't have a lot. Basically, just to fill up the core mana pool, we're going to have 2 minimum size squads of Rangers here. One with dual plasma calivers. Oh, no, sorry, 1 plasma caliver and 1 arc rifle. And then we have another one over to the side here that has the arquebus on it. And then we're going to be taking the Iron Strider formation. That's the one with the 2 Dragoons with 1 Ballistari. Now the Dragoons both have the Radium Giselle and the Phosphor Serpenta, and the Ballistari just has the Cognis autocannon. So nothing really big or fancy, but definitely wanted to try them out and see what we could do with them. Excited to get these guys on the table here. On the other side, oh sorry, we have the Grey Knight allies. So we have 1 squad of Grey Knight Terminators here. Everything what you see is what you get. So there's 1 side cannon, a bunch of storm bolters, hammer, falchions, and a bunch of halberds. We also have a unit of purifiers back here. Now they're going to be riding in the Storm Raven, just to sort of get them into combat faster. Hopefully it doesn't turn around and bite me in the rear. But if they can get in there, they can cause a lot of damage to those guard with their Cleansing Flame. And they're going to be combat squatted, just to have 2 small squads of 5 and hopefully get off 2 cleansing flames. And again, all what you see is what you get. That even includes that warding stave there, which I still have to model off that thing and make some more purifiers, just because it was great last edition. Not as useful this one unless I'm going against heavy psychers. Leading the Grey Knights, I have a Mastery Level 3 Librarian. Now, we haven't rolled for Psychic Powers yet, so I'll be doing that in a second. Hopefully we get some good stuff, but he was going to predominantly be rolling on Sanctic. And then, just for fun, because I love the model, we have Hector Rex from the Siege of Rax book. Now, he's usually a lot better against demons. There are no demons in this army that I'm fighting, so he's not going to be that great. I just wanted to use him because I wanted an Inquisitor that was awesome, and he has a Storm Shield. I don't expect him to really do much, but he could be fun. So there we go. 1,500 points of AdMech with allied Grey Knights. So there is the table. Now, we did roll for missions. Excuse me. We're going to be doing a Maelstrom of War mission. We rolled a 6 for Deadlocked. So that's the one. We're going to be deploying on an angle over the board. There's going to be 6 objectives on the table. On turn 1, we each get 6 objectives, but for every subsequent turn, we can only have one. We have 1 less. So for turn 5, for turn 2, we'll have 5 objectives. For turn 3, we'll have 4 objectives, and so on and so forth like that. Now, if we ever have less objectives than we're allowed by the turn, we can draw up to that. But if we have more, we have to draw down. So let's take a look at the armies. So here we are, all deployed. Now, Svi has done his guard thing and castled over here. So that means it's not going to be the most mobile army to go get objectives, but you know what, there's enough firepower that you might not need to worry about that. On my end, I actually did a little bit of bookkeeping, and I changed my primary detachment from the AdMech to the Grey Knights just because I realized I could and still keep all the cool benefits and all that sort of stuff. So my Warlord is actually going to be the Librarian. Now, he's attached to the Terminators, and Hector Rex is attached to the Purifiers. That's the guys. And I have a bunch of things that can start rolling for turn 1. Now, thankfully, my Warlord trait for my Librarian is he automatically comes in on turn 1 and can reroll his Scatter on his Deep Strike. So that's going to be something for me because all I have on the table to start are these 2 little 5-man squads. So having some Terminators on there is really going to help. And I'm really hoping my my Iron Striders are going to come on turn 1 as well. Just give me a little bit more. So we have rolled for deployment. I currently have first turn, but Svi does have the opportunity to steal the initiative if he so chooses.
Of course.
Of course he does. So
Okay.
just throw the dice down there.
No.
That's a 1.
That is
All right, that's excellent because I could not stand losing that first turn. That would have been bad for me. So going into Grey Knight AdMech turn 1. So as part of turn 1, we do each get 6 objectives, so I will start first. So I will have Supremacy, I will have No Witnesses, I'll have Hold the Line, Secure Objective 2, Ascendancy, and Scour the Skies. Now, he doesn't have any flyers, so as per our house rules, we just get rid of that one, and we draw up another one, which is Secure Objective 5. One other thing, at the start of the game, as part of the Iron Strider formation, I do have to nominate a character in his army, and this unit is going to, or this formation is going to get all rerolls to wound against that character and his unit. So I'm going to choose the company commander, just because, you know, if I can get rid of the orders, they'll be really useful, and we'll see what happens. So going into first turn, we rolled for the psychic abilities here. My Librarian has a Mastery Level 3, rolled for Sanctuary, Hammerhand, and Cleansing Flame. So combine that with his Warlord trait, and I could potentially do some damage in the first turn. So here's hoping. Going into my first turn Deep Strike. Sorry, I forgot the 6 in Scouts redeployment. I'm just going to redeploy these guys up here, just so they can grab that objective, and make sure that I get some objective points for my first turn. Alright, now as people know, I believe in no guts, no glory. So with my deep striking reroll and whatnot, I'm going to try and deep strike right next to his enemy lines here. Now if I pull this off and get my Cleansing Flame, that is going to be huge. So here is hoping for a lucky roll. I'm going to re-roll that, just because it might also mean I'm closer to the objective. For a direct hit. That is amazing for me. Alright. And we're going to see if the Iron Strider formation comes on a 3+. It is on. Okay, that's good for me. So the Iron Strider formation does have Outflank and Acute Senses, so it's going to be coming on one of the two table edges here. So 1, 2 is going to be on the left, 3, 4 on the right, 5, 6 is going to be my choice, and of course I get to re-roll this because of Acute Senses. So let's find out. 5. So it's going to be coming on my choice. I think I'm going to be looking over at this edge right here just to help reinforce everything. So we're going to have them come on over here. Just going to double check to make sure the range is okay. And it looks like this front guy is just going to have to be moved back a tiny little bit here just to make sure everything is all within the 6 inches there. So that's where they come on. So at the end of my movement phase, the Skitarii have held 2 objectives. These guys have come on, taken a 3rd objective. And over here, I'm not quite within range to take that objective, but still, it's a decent first turn of movement for me. So moving on to the Psychic phase. Moving into the Psychic phase, get D6, so that's 1 warp charge you get to deny to my, on the table currently, 1, 2, 3, 4 warp charges plus the 1, so I got 5 to play with, you have 1.
That's not good.
Alright, so using my 5 warp charges, I'm just going to toss everything at Cleansing Flame. It is a warp charge too, so need 2 4+s to go off, and that goes off without apparels, which is excellent. Alright, so Cleansing Flame has gone off. 2d6 hits on everything within range for 6 hits. Not great, but not terrible either. So let's find out what it's hidden. So just measuring the 9 inches from the Librarian. So right over here, we are actually within range of his company command squad, which is huge. Now I won't be able to get all the squads, so your commander is still safe, but I might be able to force a panic test at the very least. We are getting this platoon as well. So again, not a whole lot, but enough to maybe cause some damage here. And I am getting both of these Sentinels. Is that a squadron?
No.
No? Okay, so each of them is going to get hit with 6 hits. So that's actually better for me. And then, of course, this platoon squad right over here as well. So each one of those guys is going to be taking 6 hits. Starting with the 6 hits against this first Sentinel right here. Now, it's side armor 10, correct?
Yes.
Side armor 10, this is strength 5. So if I see a bunch of 5s here, which I have.
That is first blood.
So not only that, but there is going to be a... Oh, well, no, because I can't explode it because it's only AP 4. But still, that is going to be 1 dead, or at least 1 wrecked Sentinel right there. So moving on to the second Sentinel right there. This could be big for me if I do it again. Which I did.
Oh, no.
Oh. So both Sentinels have gone out on the first turn from a psychic ability. So I'm starting to actually feel a little bit dirty about this. But, you know, it is a dice game, right?
Vengeance will be coming.
Vengeance will be coming. That's the thing. If I don't take out as much as I can, the return fire
is getting very angry.
Yeah. So we're going to now look at this platoon squad right over there, the green guys. So 6 hits against them. So wounding on 2s, ignoring their armor, ignoring cover. So that's going to be 5 dead guys here. Now, it does look like your sergeant is there. Do you want to do any lookout, sirs? Because you're going to
for that particular sergeant,
because you're going to have 3 lookout, sirs, that you're going to have to do.
You know what? I'm going to do a lookout sir on the sergeant.
You're going to do a lookout, sir? All right. So let's see what you got. So he's dead because you needed a 4+.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
So that's
1, 2, 3, then 4, 5.
Okay. Now, this other platoon right here, again, taking 6 hits. So, needing 2s. So, once again, there's going to be 5 guardsmen here. Now, it doesn't look like your sergeant is there. So, it looks like it's just going to be 5 dead guys. Now, we just remembered that I can only kill what I have in range. So, we just put 2 guardsmen back right here. So, I only got 3 from that squad there. Double checked right over here. So far, it's all good on that one. And then the company command squad, I'm only going to be able to get 2 guys in that one. So let's see what happens to the company command squad. So, yeah, there's those 2 front guys are going to be dead right there. All right. Now, I'm pretty sure I can use this against the fortification as well because it was in his control. I'm going to need 6s because it's toughness 7, I believe.
Have to double check. I think so. Something like that.
We're going to double check it. So the rules do state that it can be shot at and can be attacked in close combat. So the Cleansing Flame will be hitting it. Now it's toughness 7, so I need to see a couple 6s on here. If I see 2 6s, that means I've blown out the gun, which is huge for me. Which I did not see 2 6s, but you know what? That's been a pretty good phase regardless. So that's the end of the psychic phase, so we're going to have a couple morale tests, I believe. So his 2 big infantry squads are fine because he blobbed them up. Now if I had done, even if I had done 6, it wouldn't have been enough, I don't believe.
No.
No, it wouldn't have been enough because I think that only would have been 20%. So only his company commander squad is going to be doing it because he lost 2 guys. So he is leadership 9.
Come on. There.
Okay, just barely. But that's good. That's good. You didn't want him to run off on the first turn.
No.
So there we go. So as part of the Nemesis strike force, they do get to run and shoot on the turn they come in. So I'm going to opt to run first, just to maybe get a better angle on your company commander here, because it would be nice to try and take him out on turn 1. So they're going to run 2 inches, which, I don't know, the side cannon maybe, but the storm bolters probably not. Let's find out. So yeah, with the 2 inches, I was only able to get the side cannon in the line of sight of it. It could be enough. It might not. It might not be enough to take out the company commander, but with all those storm bolters happening as well, I'm at least going to be forcing another morale check at the best. So Svi just reminded me that he has the the medic in there, not the apothecary. So he does have a couple feel no pains on that one because it was only strength 5. So go ahead and roll those.
Nope.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. So for my shooting, I'm going to start with the storm bolters into the company command squad right there. So there's going to be 8 storm bolter shots, all hitting on 3s. So hitting on 3s, well, that's a pretty strong roll right there to start. And there's going to be wounding on 3s as well. Wounding on 3s, so that's going to be 3 right there. Now, you're not going to get the full benefit of the Aegis, I don't think, because you're not right up to it.
Have to be within 2.
Yeah, but you're still going to be getting the 5 up cover save.
And they have camo netting, or not camo netting, I forget what it's called. The 1 up for the cover save.
Okay, so they're going to be getting 4 up cover saves. All right, so that's 3 4 up cover saves. All right. So that's 1, 2. So 2 die. 1 makes it.
And the feel no pain.
Oh, the feel no pains.
Important because that's the medic over there.
That is. Oh, so only 1 makes the feel no pain, but that is, well, we'll call that one the medic that makes it. So that's very important though. So he still has that. Lastly, from this unit, we have the side cannon, which is going to be 4 shots into those guys as well. Now this one is strength 7, so no feel no pain on this one, but you're still going to get your cover saves. So that's going to be 3 hits, so that could be enough, because you only got 3 guys left there. Anything but 1s. So that's going to be 3 wounds, so that's going to be 3 cover saves you got to make. Yeah, so we got to do this one at a time. So, well, actually, no, it doesn't really matter, because whatever gets hit is going to get killed, right?
Oh, right, they don't get feel no pain.
Yeah, they don't get feel no pain. So, yeah, just roll all 3 of them.
Come on, big numbers.
And we see 1 6. Oh, but 2 die still, because there's a 1 there and there's a 3 over there. So he has lost both the medic and he's lost the Master of Ordnance. Now this one's important because that means if your company commander runs, well, no, he's an independent character at that point, I believe. I think.
I think so.
We'll double check that. But this could be a big deal. So shooting from over here, the only weapon that's within range is the Transcerabic Arquebus, I believe is what it's called. Now it's got a 60-inch range, so it's going to be taking a look all the way over here into that platoon squad right there. Now I'm essentially hoping for a precision shot here, because if I get a precision shot, I'm going to be taking out that priest, and that just seems like really fun just to see the priest taken out.
It's rubbing in my face.
just disrupt everything. So. Roll it. That's unfortunately that's not a precision hit, but it is still a hit. Now it's sniper, so it's going to be wounding on a 4. No wound. Moving over to the Iron Strider formation. Now they're a formation, so they can all choose different targets to shoot at because they're not a squadron. So I'm going to do this one at a time. So starting with this guy right over right here. He's going to start with his Phosphor Serpenta, because I want to be able to reduce cover saves here. So on a 3, it hits. It hits. Wounds on a something, not a 2 probably. That one wounds on a... Oh, it does wound on a 2 because it's a strength 5.
Oh, wow.
So that is a wound. So that's going to be a... Oh, it looks like you're going to have a 4-up cover save because you're right next to the Aegis defense line there. So,
4 up.
which he makes. Okay, so that's important because it means he's not going to lose his cover save, or -1 to his cover save just yet. Now the Radiant Giselle is going to take its shot as well. Now this is a heavy 2 sniper with the rad special rule and all sorts of fun stuff.
6s.
There's no 6s to hit, so that means no precision fire. But both of them hit. Now, if I roll a 6 on either of these, that's going to be an additional.
Oh, it's on the wounds.
This is additional wounds. So there's going to be 1 6 and 1 5. So that's going to be a couple extra wounds. So that's going to be 3 wounds against that guard squad there. Now we don't care about the armor, obviously, because it's they probably just have their flak armor anyway.
Puny armor.
So there's going to be 3 cover saves here.
Oh.
And
2.
only 1 dies. Where's it? There we go. So only 1 guy dies. So the closest one, yeah, would be that guy right there. Now we're going to go in and pretty much do the same thing with the other Dragoon here. So starting with the Phosphor Serpenta, which does not hit. And now the Radiant Giselle, both hit. Still no precision fire. And then looking for... Oh, there's another 6. So that's going to be 2 more wounds. So 2 more cover saves here.
4 up.
4 up cover saves. Oh, that's 2 dead.
Coming from.
So 2 more guys go down. And lastly, we're going to have the Ballistari in the formation here unload with his Cognis autocannon into the side of the Wyvern here. Now, I believe it's 3 hull points still?
Still 3 hull.
Yeah, still 3 hull points, so I'm probably not killing it on this turn. But you know what, if I can strip a couple wounds and, oh, who knows, I'm going to get that +1 to armor penetration if it goes through because it's open top. So, twin linked, so both hit. Now at 10s, I need 3 to glance, 4 to penetrate. So I got a 50-50 chance here. 1 glance, 1 pen. Now before we do anything else, take your cover saves. You're gonna get a 5-up cover save against both here. Okay. So do the glance first.
Glance, come on.
Nope. Now the pen. This is the one that I want to go through.
Come on, 5 up. No.
You got a 4. So it does go through. So it's an open topped, something I learned from a lot of the comments after this last campaign here. So it's open top, so on a 6, I'm going to blow it up. No, it's not blown up, so that's only a 5, which I don't remember what that is.
Look that up?
Yeah, I'm going to look that up. So for the Wyvern, because it is a weapon destroyed result, on a 1-2, it's going to be the heavy bolter in the hull. On a 3+, it's going to be one of the batteries. So I'm hoping for a 3+ here. Nope, 2. So that's a heavy bolter. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to quite neuter it the way I wanted to, but I was still able to take a hull point off it, which is still a big deal. So it was actually 2 hull points because the glance went through as well. So it was decent for me. It would have been nice to, oh, that should be down to 1 actually. It would have been nice to take it out, but or at least take the weapon out. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. So that is the end of the first turn for me. Now there's only 1 morale test to make, but it is a big one. It's his company commander. So and we double checked it. He's not an independent character. So if he runs away, he's going to count as being under 25%.
He's not rallying.
Which well, he's going to need double 1s to rally at that point. So this is a big deal. So let's see what happens. You need to roll a 9 or lower.
Come on.
7. Okay, so he's good. He sticks around, which is very important. So I have no assaults this turn because everything either came in or is too far away. So we're going to move on to Imperial Guard, turn 1. So at the end of my first turn, I was able to actually get quite a few objectives. Excuse me, more than I thought. So I was able to get Supremacy because I control, well, more than double his objectives at the moment. So I'm going to get D3 victory points for that. For 2 victory points. So right there. I'm also going to get D3 victory points for controlling 3 objective markers, and I currently actually have 4. So that's actually kind of big too. So there's 1 victory point for that. And then I do have objective 5 with my Iron Strider formation, so that's going to be another one right there. So that currently puts the score at, oh, plus First Blood.
First Blood?
No, did I get first? Yeah, I did.
You got First Blood.
I did get First Blood.
Sentinels.
So that actually puts the score currently at 5-0 going into the first turn for Imperial Guard. So let's see what happens. So at the start of his turn, he's going to draw 6 objectives.
Ooh,
so he's got Objective 4, behind enemy lines.
Not getting that one.
Objective 2,
Okay. Kingslayer.
Kingslayer. Oh, that one's actually something you could possibly get.
Overwhelming firepower.
That's something you could possibly get too.
And psychological warfare.
That one's going to be tricky, but you might be able to get that one as well. So, so there's the objectives. So let's see what he can do. So his tank is just going to roll up around the corner here, just to get within 3 inches of objective 2 right there, which I believe you pulled, right?
Yes, I did. And
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're definitely in.
I'm in for.
So that's going to be a point for you. All right.
The other tank is just gonna be rotating.
Just to get a better line of fire on those Terminators right there. Yeah.
So I can pound everything into them.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's going to be a lot of fire coming my way. I was hoping the cleansing flame would have done a little bit more, but I didn't realize you would blob your squads.
So it's all about those blobs.
It's all about the blobs.
Okay. This squad, they're not gonna fully move, but they're just gonna readjust a little bit. So.
Okay. So yeah, start readjusting. We'll come back to that in a second. So they all just kind of shimmied over there just to get maximum firepower available. So over here, you gonna do anything with these guys?
I definitely want to do something. The question is what?
So his veterans are just gonna roll up there, just maybe get into a better position to take some pot shots at the formation here. And they're disembarking.
Oh yeah.
All right. So just make sure they're within 6 inches of that back door there, and we're good to go. So he's just sort of shuffling the wyverns around a little bit, just so we can get the heavy bolters in there, because I guess he wants to fire at the Terminators over here. Right, and then there's the veterans right there, piled out, ready to take out one of the walkers there. And this platoon squad right here. What do you want to do with them?
I think they're just gonna stay like they are.
Gonna hang out?
They're gonna hang out. I want those autocannon shots.
All right. So moving then into your order phase. So he's going to issue an order with his senior commander. He's going to bring it down, is it? Yeah, bring it down on this blob right over here. So his autocannons can possibly take out one of these guys right here. So, what is this? Roll of leadership 8 you need, or 9?
8.
8? Okay. Oh no!
Oh no!
That's not good.
That is definitely not good.
So double 6s is actually really bad. Not only does he fail to issue the order, but no further orders can be issued this turn, which means no bring it down, no first rank, second rank. I must have really flustered your commander there.
Oh no.
That is huge for me. Now you still have a lot of firepower. You still have a lot of firepower to do some stuff with, but it's not going to be as devastating as you were hoping it would be. So let's see. So moving into Imperial Guard shooting.
With this guy, I'm going to be getting 3 guys, just about.
All right, so his wyverns, he's going to take some pot shots at my Terminators here. Now, it looks like...
You make the call.
There we go. Now you're getting 3 guys. Now you're getting 3. I'm not going to take that away from you.
Yes.
So...
like something after those horrible orders.
No, this is a friendly game, right? So let's see what happens. You might want to re-roll that.
Definitely going to re-roll
Definitely going to re-roll that. Oh, you do have line of sight.
I have line of sight.
You do have line of sight.
So 3.
So it's going to be 3 inches. Yeah, so 3 inches.
I think it's just going to be missing
Just
everything.
off, but you know what? You could scatter back onto some things. So roll the scatter die. And unfortunately, no, it's still going to be nothing. So that's the first shot. Now keep rolling for the first. Well, for this one, the way Matt's always had us run it here is basically you re-roll the first ones, and then because it's multiple barrage, everything just re-rolls the one scatter at that point to see where the thing flips to. So let's see what happens. So that's going to hit 1.
That is going to flip over, hit 1.
Yep, that's going to hit 1. Oh, let's actually get the. Oh, sorry about that, guys. That was a really wonky thing. 1 second. Hey, Steve or Adam, if you could just take a look at that last clip there and just quickly edit it where things get zoomed in and wonky, that'd be fantastic. I'll make a note to talk to you guys as well. Okay, so he's done the first one, or the first 2 templates. So keep rolling. You still have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 templates to go. So just start rolling that die there. So
no.
Oh, now that one's important because that one could potentially
hit some of my guys.
That could potentially.
That's gonna hit 1.
Hit one of your guys, unfortunately. But that's just one. So keep going.
No.
Oh no, that's going to hit another one of your guys.
Oh,
This is not a good day for the guard. That's going to hit that.
Maybe important.
That's going to hit that, but it's not going to really do anything there. So you got 5 left, I believe. Again, that's going to be the quad gun there.
4 more. Come on, hit something. You guys can do it. I believe in you.
Reroll that. That's cocked.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to hit another Terminator there.
So that's 2 now?
That's 2 so far. Okay, you're going to flip that back and hit 2, I'm going to assume.
Yes.
Unless you want to hit some of your guardsmen. No?
No.
I believe you got 3 more?
I think, yeah, 3 sounds good.
We're going to call it 3 more. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you know what? I'm going to give you 3 more regardless.
Feeling bad for me.
Oh no, that's going to hit
another guard.
That's going to be another guardsman right there. And that's going to be another one of mine. So it's now 3 and 3. And your last one?
Come on.
Direct hit. Okay, so you're going to get my guys 5 times, and you're going to get your own guardsman 3 times. So rolling his 3 hits against his own guardsman. So this is on 4s with shred. So got to re-roll that one there.
4 total.
Okay, so that's only going to be 2 wounds. Now, what's the AP on that thing?
AP, it's 7 no cover and AP 6.
Okay, so you're going to get your armor
You're
saves.
gonna get 5 up.
So you're going to get 2 5-up armor saves.
Come on, guardsman.
Oh, unfortunately, that's going to
dead.
be 2 dead guardsmen. So it's going to be these 2 fellas right here. And you have 5 hits against my Terminators here. So this is wounding on 5s with shred. So that's 2 so far. You get to reroll those 3.
3.
Okay, so that's 3. That's not terrible.
Not horrible.
So here comes a bunch of 2-up armor saves, and I make all 3 of them, so they are still sticking around at the moment. So now he's got his 2 remaining heavy bolters from the squadron going into the Terminators right there. So he's got 6 shots hitting on 4s. So not bad. That's going to be 4 hits, and these are going to be wounding on 3s. So it's going to be 3 more wounds. So 3 saves I have to take. All right. Oh, no, okay. So that is a Terminator here. So, bam, he's gone. Now, every Terminator for me does hurt. So, you got 1.
Good. I can only fire 3 at my full ballistic school. So, I'm going to do the autocannons, twin-link autocannons.
Okay.
Nice.
So he's going to fire his Eradicator, or Exterminator? Exterminator.
Exterminator.
Yeah, Exterminator into the Terminators there as well. So he's going to start with his twin-linked heavy 4 autocannons there. So that's one that I can see.
Twin-linked.
Twin-linked. Amen for that. And
that's a lot better.
That's a lot better. So that's going to be 4 hits.
Strength 7.
Strength 7, wounding on 2s. Whew. That's all wounds. So that's going to be 4 more saves I have to make. Now, way to fire alone. I'm probably going to lose another one here. Oh, there goes another one. So there goes my Psy Cannon. So that is a big deal still. So he's got 2 heavy bolters that can fire at full ballistic. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So wounding on 3s.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I get a little bit of a reprieve there.
A little bit better.
A little bit better. All right, and I make that save. And he's got 1 more that's going to be snap firing. So on 6s, 1 hit, wounding on 3s. That is a wound, which I saved. It was almost a 1 there. That kind of panicked me a little bit. Yeah. All right, so they're down to 4. So we just checked down the range here. Now this squad's going to fire at the Terminators right here. The front blob right there, so everyone in front of the priest is within rapid fire range, so that's going to be a lot of shots, but he does also have those auto cannons behind, and he's going to have a bunch of single shots as well. Thankfully, this 1 pistol guy is not going to get a shot. You know, that's going to be the deciding factor right there.
That would be the one guy who would take out the library.
Yeah, he'll be the one guy, the hero right there. So let's see how they do. So he's going to start with the sergeants, all of which have bolters and are within rapid fire range. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. So 3 hits, wounding on 4s. Oh, no, okay. Now we're going to do some quick math and find out how many flashlights are firing at me. So he's got 30 lasgun shots coming my way. So hitting on 4s.
I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
Yeah, we'll find out. So that was a decent amount, about half, give or take. Now these are all going to be wounding on 5s. Sadly, no rerolls on this one. So let's see, I see at least 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4 wounds there.
Oh, one over here.
Was one over there as well? Was that a 6 as well? Okay,
yeah.
So take that 4 out of there. That 4 doesn't wound. So 5 wounds there, okay. So let's see how well I do here. Oh, okay. That thing keeps circling the 1. It keeps making me paranoid. So thankfully I'm able to make it out, but you know what? He still has 3 autocannons that are coming their way. So he's got 3 autocannons, so that's going to be 6 shots, hitting on 4s.
4s and up.
Oh, only 2. But you know what? This is wounding on 2s.
A little bit better.
Wounding on 2s. It's going to be 2 wounds. And, oh, I lose another one. So, bam. So that squad is getting whittled down.
Strength 5.
So his heavy, what is it, Punisher Cannon?
Punisher Cannon.
Heavy Punisher Cannon is just going to unload into this squad of Skittles.
Hey, sorry.
Yay! They're good. Oh, that's just going to be weird and wrong. So he's going to unload, so it's going to be 20 shots, hitting on 4s.
Big numbers.
That looks pretty good. So he got 13 hits. Now these are all going to be wounding on 2s because it's strength 5. Now thankfully I'm in cover, so I'm still going to get my cover save or armor save, but that's
1, 2, 3. Oh,
you know, it's probably oh, more than that.
Oh, true. It's safe too.
Yeah.
I was thinking. Okay, not bad.
No, these are wounds. Ooh, those are wounds. So that's 7. That's 8 saves. Okay. So a bunch of 4-up saves to make. So there we go. So oh wow. Okay. So right off the bat, there's 3 that I didn't make the save. Now they have feel no pain as well. But I think it's feel no pain 6+. I'm going to double check that. So it is feel no pain 6+. So unfortunately, that is still 3 dead right there. So it's going to be the front ranks here. So unfortunately, that is the plasma caliber, the arc rifle, and one of the galvanic rifles that go down, and that is going to be a test at the very end of this phase. And now, just for fun, he's going to fire the multi-melt at it. He's got 1 guy in range, single shot, which it hits. So on anything but a 1.
No ones, no ones.
No 1. So I am going to get my 4 cover save from this, which I make. Okay. So they retain their position, hopefully. Hopefully they won't run away. So with his veterans, he's going to fire into this guy right here. Now, again, because it's a formation, unfortunately, he has to choose which target he's shooting at. Now, because he wants his melted gun to be able to shoot and see things, he's going to target this one right here, which also means that the heavy flamer is only going to be hitting one of the dragoons. So the flamer is strength 5, so on a 6, nothing. Now the melted gun, so on a 3, because this is a veteran here.
Mighty veterans. Ooh,
so that does hit. Now you are within melter range of that fella, so you have 2d6. 2d6. Oh,
no.
I get a cover save first.
Yeah.
I get a cover save. So I get a 5-up cover save, which I almost forgot about, which I make. So the melter doesn't go through.
Just makes it.
But you know what? You still have a crack grenade.
Sure.
You still have
a crack grenade in there?
Yeah, you still have a crack grenade in there. Oh, yeah, it hits. Now this is strength 6, so on a 5, it's going to glance. Nothing. So unfortunately, those veterans failed to do anything to the dragoons. But you still have this.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried. That's the important thing. But you still have this big platoon right here.
And a chimera.
Oh yeah, and the chimera. So the chimera is going to fire its 3 heavy bolters, and it's well. Do you want to do your 3 heavy bolters, or do you want to do your multi-laser? The multi-laser is strength 6.
So it would be better. How many shots is the multi-laser?
The multi-laser, I think, is 3 shots, but let's double check that. So he's going to do the multi-laser here, because he's going to have a better chance to glance or penetrate it. So, hitting on 4s.
4s and up.
So that's going to be, re-roll that one.
Roll what?
Here, re-roll it. I'm generous.
It's only 1?
That's only 1, but on a 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
6 is what you really want. Nothing, unfortunately.
Just shy.
And you want to snap fire your heavy bolter?
Of course.
All right, so 3 snap firing heavy bolter shots.
6s.
There's 1 hit.
There's 1.
So needing a 6 here.
No,
unfortunately not. So the Chimera fails to do anything to the Dragoon. Forgot to hit the record button. So there's his roll for his autocannons right there, because his autocannons are firing into... Which one are you firing into?
I'm gonna fire into
the front guy right there. So that's going to be 3 hits right there. So this is strength 7. So you need force. Yeah, force to glance.
Yep. Force glance.
Force glance. 5 plus the pen. So there's
That's
1
only
glance.
1 glance. And you get your 5 up armor.
Not armor. It's a cover save because of their instance cloud, which I make. These guys are quite durable. It's kind of funny because I thought these guys were actually going to get torn to shreds when I first saw them in the book because of open top, armor 11, all this sort of stuff. But you know, that's post game talk. That's post game talk. So unfortunately, that is the end of your shooting phase because I can't think of anything that you missed at this point. Failing your order, that kind of sucked.
Hurt me a little bit.
But you did whittle down the Terminators, and you did take out some of the Skitarii, so I do have a couple morale saves to make. Now this could be very important, because if my Librarian runs away, it's going to take a little bit to reposition him, and that's going to be another turn of firing that he's going to have to take. So we'll start with the Rangers back here. On a 9, they're good. And the Librarian, okay, good. They stick around. So we're going to go check out the objectives and then move into Admech Grey Knights turn 2. So we just checked out his objectives. He was able to secure objective 2. Now, unfortunately, he was not able to get behind enemy lines. He was actually just an inch out of that one. Nor was he able to get them secure objective 4. He tried hard to blow up one of my units, which I'm actually kind of surprised that they lasted.
Almost.
So unfortunately, he was only able to secure 1 objective here. Now, do you want to get rid of any objectives? Because remember, next turn you're only going to get 5 objectives.
I think I'm going to get rid of Kingslayer, actually.
You think so?
I think so. I think I have a better chance of running that Chimera up behind enemy lines. Scoring that.
Okay.
I think I'm going to get rid of Kingslayer.
Alright. Alright, so he'll just discard Kingslayer, so he'll be able to drop to 5 next turn. Next up, turn 2 for Admech and Grey Knights. So moving into my turn 2, because of the scenario, I get to draw up to 5 objectives. So psychological warfare, so I'm going to have to try and make you fail some sort of morale test there. And assassinate. So that's something I should be able to do that. I think so.
I think you'll be able to get that.
I think so. And while I'm here, let's just take this 1 objective or victory point there, see if my Storm Raven with Purifiers come in, which it does. And I'm just going to quickly put this back right there, just so I know it's only worth 1 point. So at the start of my turn, my Storm Raven full of Hector Rex and Purifiers come in. Now, they're not going to be able to assault this turn, so they're just going to zip forward and possibly crush things with their base. We're going to get that adjusted, but that's about where they're going to be. Over here, these guys are just going to move through difficult terrain, I guess, for 6 inches. They just want to get a little bit closer here. Not that they can really do much. I kind of just took them to be objective takers and to, you know, make sure I keep objective secured here. So, wait, no, that would be combined arms. So I don't get objective secured, I don't believe. But they're just there to ensure that objectives are staying around. These guys in there they are. They're going to move through difficult terrain, 4 inches. And again, they're just going to move up a little bit just to stay within that objective, I guess. There's not much going on over there. So these guys here, they're just going to move up to the Aegis defense line. It's only about 5 inches. Now I'm just doing that just because I don't want to risk rolling a bad difficult terrain roll and only getting like 2 or 3 inches or something like that. This way I'm in great range and I'm in great position to do a Cleansing Flame or Assault on my turn as well. Over here, these Dragoons are just going to reposition a little bit just to get some better shots in and maybe assault something. I'm not quite sure what, but we'll see what they're doing. So that is the end of my movement phase. So, into the psychic phase! That's going to be 4 warp charges plus, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now that these guys are on the table, there's another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's going to be 14 warp charges for me to your 4 dispel. So I'm going to start with Cleansing Flame here. I'm going to throw 6 dice at it. You know, if I perils, I perils. Hopefully I don't blow up my unit, but I'm just going to try and get it off. Needing 2. Ooh, I got it with only 2. So if he can roll 2 6s, it's denied.
Come on, 6s. That's only a 1.
That's only 1, unfortunately. So over here we have 1 guy that's within range for that platoon. So that platoon's going to be safe for now. Over here we're going to get the cannon again, the auto cannon. Now your company commander is within 9, so that might be it for your company commander. And we're going to get a whole bunch of guardsmen right here. Let me just get into better shot there. Whole bunch there. So it looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like 11 guardsmen right there are going to get hit by it. And because I'm still in your front arc of your Leman Russ, it's not going to be doing anything to that one just yet. So we're going to roll 2d6 to see how many hits the Purifying Flame does. For 5 hits. Okay, that's not terrible.
Could get lucky.
Could get lucky there. So I'm just going to start with the quad cannon here. So needing 6s. Quad cannon is dead because it's only got 2 wounds. We're going to double check to see if it has an armor save though. Now, Svi just brought up an interesting point that I don't know the answer to, and frankly for this game I don't think I'm going to look it up right now, maybe after the game. Because he's not manning it, does it still count as his? Now, I'm actually going to say probably not.
I'm not sure. I did purchase it, so it is part of my army. But
it can also change possession throughout the game, right?
Sure.
So I'm going to say, you know what, I probably can't target it. I could be wrong. I'm going to look up the rule after this game, and you know, maybe in the post-game chat we'll look that up and we'll check that out. But for the sake of this one, I'm going to say, you know what, I probably can't target that one. Whether or not I'm being generous and nice, or whether or not I'm actually going by the rules, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I don't feel bad saying that. I don't. So we're gonna pretend that didn't happen then. But against the guard squad here, that's gonna be 5 dead guardsmen.
5 dead men.
So, and it looks like you have one of your sergeants in range here, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So you're going to have 2 lookout sirs to do.
Then he would be next.
Yeah, he would be next. So you have 2 lookout sirs.
Come on, lookout sir. Well,
which he makes on a 4+, and he's got 1 more to do. Because there's 2 wounds remaining. Does he make it? Does he make it? No, unfortunately that sergeant has gone down. So that sergeant and this guardsman... Oh, you've already got 5. Okay. Alright. Against that other platoon squad, now I can only actually kill 1 guy here. Which I do, handily. So, 1 guy is dead.
Poor guy.
Alright. And now the very important one, the company commander. Now this guy has... how many wounds?
He has...
We're going to double check that. So the company commander has 3 wounds and a refractor field, so he could live through this. So let's see what happens. Anything but 1. Oh, okay. So he needs to make at least 3 5-up saves, or he's going to lose his company commander. So
can do that.
I'll just roll all 5 of them at once. Are you going to do this? Oh, there's 2.
He loses a wound.
Well, you still have 2 more to do because it's strength 5. Remember?
Yeah.
So if he gets at least 1 5, oh, the company commander lives. That's so nice. He's down to 1 wound, but the important thing is he's still around. And my last psychic ability, because I still have some of those apparently, I'm going to throw 4 dice at Hammer Hand, just so if I get into combat I'm going to be wounding on 2s with the sword and with the falchions. Which goes off, and he's got no more dice. So that is the end of my psychic phase, so they got Hammer Hand, and we're going to have to do some quick math to see if there's any morale checks. So this blob squad is actually still good. There wasn't enough to force the morale check here. So that is the end of the psychic phase. So we're about to move into Grey Knight Admech shooting phase. So to start off my shooting phase this turn, I'm going to start with the arquebus, whatever that thing is. And I'm going to just fire it into this platoon squad all the way over here, hoping for a precision hit. Maybe take out that priest. Get rid of your zealot rule, because he reminded me about that. So, to hit, 3. Oh, I almost forgot. I am going to use an imperative doctrine this turn. I'm going to boost all the ballistics. No, I'm going to boost the weapon skill by 1. all the weapon skill, because I think my Dragoons and whatnot are going to go in. So that's not going to affect that. I still hit, but it's not what I really wanted it to be. That is going to be a wound as well. So it did wound. His closest guy is still behind the Aegis defense line, so it is going to be a 4-up cover save unless he wants to go to ground.
Nah. I don't think I'm fine for that one shot.
Alright. And he makes it. So he doesn't do anything. Over here, I'm going to start with this fella right here. He's going to fire into this squad right there. He's going to start with his Phosphor Serpenta because he wants to try and lower some cover saves here. So he definitely hits. And I'm going to call that cocked. And he does wound. Now, the closest model is nowhere near the Aegis defense line, so unfortunately that is going to go through. Just going to double check what the AP on that is. So it is AP4, so the closest guy does, unfortunately, I think it would actually be that guy right there. So the closest guy does go down, and that does reduce your cover save by 1 for the unit.
Wow.
Yeah. So now we're going to go into the Radium Giselle, firing at the same squad. So roll to hit, 1 hit. Now on a 6 this is going to be 2 wounds, but no wounds whatsoever. So yeah, nothing happened. So they're fine at this point. The second one is going to do the same thing, but into the veteran squad right here. So start with the Phosphor Serpenta, which hits, and it wounds. And because it is AP4, that does take out your heavy flamer guy.
Heavy flamer's gone down.
Yep. Followed up with the Radium Giselle, which 1 hit. And I don't think that wounds. I'm going to double check that. Yeah, because it is a sniper that does not wound, but it was enough to reduce their cover save by 1. Not that it's really going to matter, I don't think. So, moving on. This fella right here, he's going to fire into that side arc of the Wyvern again, hopefully taking it out. Because it would be nice to get rid of that. So 2 twin-linked shots. Twin-linked. So that's 2 hits. So needing 3s and 4s. That's going to be
Definitely
2 penetrating hits. 2 penetrating hits. Now, as part of that formation, I'm not firing through my, or I don't get to, or you don't get a cover save because I'm firing through my own. And just by looking at the angle here, it doesn't look like 25% of it is obscured this time.
I don't think so.
So it looks like those just go through. Now, I can't actually blow it up, so it is just, the first one anyway, is just going to become a wreck. Now, you said this was a squadron, right?
It is a squadron, so we'll be going into that.
Your second one does get a cover save. So the second one's going to get a 5-up cover save, I believe.
That's it. It's good, it's good.
And it's good. So that second one does not go through, so I've only taken out 1 of these so far. And the Storm Raven is just going to unload into the infantry squad right there. Just whittle it down a little bit more. So starting with the twin-linked multi-melta, just because that is a hit, that is a wound. Now it's -1 cover save, so it's going to be a 5-up cover save behind the Aegis defense line.
See if I can do it. Yeah.
And that's a 2, so unfortunately it does take out 1 of your guys. And now the assault cannon, which is twin-linked, for 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That's going to be 2 more wounds, so 5-up cover saves.
Nope, 2 more.
No, unfortunately, that's 2 more guys that have gone down right there. Still not enough to force any tests, but you have a priest anyway, so it doesn't really matter. These guys are actually going to not fire simply because they're already going to be charging through difficult terrain, and I don't want to reduce my or lengthen my charge length or range any more than it already is. So they're not going to fire, which brings me to the end of my shooting phase. So moving into Grey Knight Admech assault phase. Starting from over here, this one Sidonian Dragoon is going to assault this unit right here. Now you do have your Overwatch.
I do, so I can Overwatch with the autocans and
a crack grenade.
Crack grenade.
Yeah, because your las guns unfortunately won't be doing anything.
Won't do anything.
So you're going to have 6 autocannon shots, hitting on 6s.
Nothing.
Nothing. And your crack grenade, hitting on a 6. Oh, re-roll that one.
Nope.
Nothing. Okay. Now, I did get at least 1 Luminogen off on it, So not only does that remove one of your covers, like -1 cover save, but it does allow me to reroll my charge distance as well. So my charge in, and you know what? At 11 inches, it doesn't really matter. So he's just going to come barreling in like so. Now I'm going to move over to this guy. He's going to assault into that veteran squad there. So you're going to have your melted gun and 1 crack grenade, again, that can snap shoot into it. So the melted gun going first? Nope. And the crack grenade? No. Okay, so unfortunately nothing's gone off so far. And now he does have Dune Strider, which gives him 3 inches as well for this. So regardless, he's in. And this fellow right over here, he's not going to be assaulting anything simply because there's too much stuff in the way and he's too far away from his wyverns. And over here, these 3 Terminators are going to assault into this blob of guardsmen. So that's going to be a lot of Overwatch. So he's got 22 lasgun shots, hitting on 6s.
Come on, glorious 6s.
Alright, so I'm seeing at least 1... Ooh, I think I'm just seeing 1.
I think I'm just... Is this a 6?
I don't know, is that a 6?
Yes, that
yeah, that's a 6. So that's gonna be 2 hits. Alright, so 5s to wound.
2 5s, 2 5s.
No 5s, unfortunately. Now might as well move into the bolters. So again, needing 6s. Nothing. And the autocannons, you need 2 more dice there. So again, on 6s.
Nothing, and...
1 hit. Okay, so on a 2.
Not a 1.
Okay, so that does wound. And I rolled a 3 for a save. So unfortunately, he did not take anything down. Now, does your priest have a ranged weapon? A pistol or something?
I think he has an autogun. I may be mistaken.
We're going to double check that. So the priest does have a las pistol. So on a 6.
Nope.
Nothing. Alright. So I will be charging through difficult terrain, and it looks like I'm at least 5 inches away. So I'm guessing I'm probably going to need a 7, but we'll double check that once I roll the dice. Alright. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to double check that, but I don't think I made it. So we actually just measured it, and I'm actually 4 inches away. So once you factor in the difficult terrain, that's going to be 6 inches. So I actually just made it in. So I'm kind of glad we measured that and just didn't go off my instinct. Although I also feel bad at the same time. But that is enough to make it in. So they get to roll over here. All right, that is the end of the shooting, the beginning of the assault, and yeah. So let's see what happens. So starting over here, we'll start with the Hammer of Wrath against the veterans here. So needing a 3, no, needing a 2, I believe, because I think it's strength 5. I'm going to double check that because I rolled a 2. So it is strength 5, so that is a wound. So you're going to get your, did you buy the Carapace armor for these guys?
Nope, just regular 5 up.
Okay, so you're going to get a 5 up armor save for this. Which, unfortunately not. Now, you have 2 guys in base contact, so I'd probably keep the Sergeant for now.
The Sergeant's actually the guy over here.
Oh, okay. Well, then take whichever one you like.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and now I'm going to get my 4 attacks on the charge. 3 base, so +1 for charging. Which is going to be... Oh, does that hit? What's your weapon skill?
Probably 3.
Probably 3? Okay, I'm going to double check mine. So I'm hitting on 3s anyway, because with the Doctrine Imperative that I used, the +1 weapon skill, I have 5 weapon skill. I honestly thought these guys had a higher weapon skill. Apparently not. So I hit twice, wounding on 2s. That's going to be 1 wound. So you get 1 5-up save.
Can he make it? No, he can't.
So unfortunately that is another guy gone down. Now unfortunately, he doesn't actually have crack grenades. I thought he did. But I was mistaken on that one. So, unfortunately, they have lost combat by 2. You sure you don't have anything? Like, even your sergeant doesn't have them?
No, no one has them. They are bare bones.
No one has them, man. Okay, so unfortunately, no one has them. So, he is going to elect to... well, you can elect to fail your save, your morale save, and run away due to our weapons are useless. Or you can try and keep this guy locked in combat. So it's up to you on that one.
You know what?
Okay, so he's elected to try and run away. So that means... Yeah, so that means initiative tests, and let's see who... if I catch him. So, I think I caught him.
Oh, you definitely.
I'm just going to double check some things to make sure that this is all on the up and up. So, because I don't use walkers very often, I had to go double check to see if I was allowed to sweep in advance, and it looks like I am. So, it looks like I have actually caught the unit of veterans here with the Sidonian Dragoon and wiped them out. Because unfortunately, he rolled a 5 plus 3 for 8, and I rolled a 6 plus 3 for 9. So, I did catch up to him. And for a consolidate, 2 inches, just gonna move up like so. Actually gonna move like that just to force his Chimera there to, oh, well no, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Just gonna move up like that, just to keep away and be a little bit closer to the rest of the units here. Moving on to this one right here, I'll have the Hammer of Wrath from the Sidonian Dragoon on a 2, which wounds. So it is, you do get your armor save.
5 up.
And he makes it. So on the charge, I'll have the 4 attacks. So once again, hitting on 3s. 1 hit.
Low. 1s.
And 1 wound. So 1 more 5-up save. No.
Nope.
So 1 does go down. You get to choose which one. Okay.
No.
So we forgot to quickly check to see if his guy can smash, or well, use his Warhammer. So he's going to try to smash. So he needs to do a leadership of...
Believe 9.
Believe 9. Okay. It goes off. So he's going to smash. Now, because of Zealot, he also gets to reroll his hits for the first round of combat as well. So he has a chance of at least doing some damage. Yeah, I've heard something. Now, now smash puts you down to initiative 1, I believe. Does it?
Initiative. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to get my attacks in first. It looks like, which I already did. So we're good there. So pile in first.
Piling in 3.
Yeah, so a whole bunch of things are just going to pile in 3 inches here.
Just move out of the way.
And once that's done, we'll figure everything out. All right, and now the priest is going to use his smash attack. Now, because it's open top, you could possibly blow it up.
Could.
So,
and I get to reroll all to hits.
Yep. So you basically you go down to 1 attack, and this is going to be at strength 6. So hitting on you're going to be hitting on 5s. Wait, no, your weapon skill
3.
Weapon skill 3. So you're going to be hitting on 4s.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to be hitting on 4s with a reroll. So reroll that.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh, unfortunately that was still a 2. So unfortunately I have 1 combat by 1, but because of Zealot you are stuck in combat. Now that can be both good and bad. It means I'm not shooting at that squad next turn.
That's true.
But it also means they're not shooting. And that's kind of a big deal with where everything is. So yeah, moving on to this final combat right here. So I will get to pile in first at initiative 4, because they do have their assault grenades, so they're not losing their initiative there. So over here, starting with the librarian, he's got 3 attacks on the charge. So he's going to be hitting on 3s with no rerolls. So he hits once, and he fails to do anything with his 1 hit. Now, the other guy, the Justicar with his falchions, he's got 2 base plus a falchion plus charge, so he's going to have 4 attacks. And again, hitting on 3s. Okay, he's a lot better than the librarian is. And I did get hammer hand off, so this is going to be wounding on 2s. Oh, I almost forgot. I also, did you want to declare a challenge? Because I wasn't.
No.
No? Okay, no challenges were going to be declared. So that's going to be 4 dead guardsmen right off the bat there. So he has to go for sure. Then the next closest ones would be these 2 right here. Oh, actually, no, sorry. Next closest would be
It's from him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, space 2.
So those 2 right there. Now you're going to get your 3-inch pile and move and your attacks. Once again, we forgot to do the Warhammer at the very start there. So he's going to roll to see if he can get the reroll to wounds, because that could make a big difference here. So 2d6.
That's
Oh
good.
yeah, you got it. So they're going to be rerolling to hit this round of combat, and they're going to be rerolling to wound. So that could actually cause some damage. So he's at 18 attacks, hitting on 4s with rerolls. So let's see some big numbers here. Not bad.
Not horrible.
So far that's 9 hits, with another 10, 11, 12. So 12 hits total, which isn't too shabby. So now he's strength 3 against toughness 4, so needing 5s, but he is going to get the reroll. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already. right off the bat. So that's not too bad. You missed a 4 here.
Thank you.
Yeah. With another, only one more.
Only one more.
But you know what? That's 8. That's 8 wounds actually. That's not too bad with strength 3 against toughness 4.
Oh.
Now, because I have the Terminator Squad plus the Librarian in here, I got to do these a little bit individually, just because if I lose one, it's going to make a big difference. So I'm going to try and tank it with the Justicar, with the Falchions. So no ones. Okay, we're good so far. And okay, so we make it through, which means my hammer is now going to get to attack back with 3 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s. So it's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. 2 more smashed guardsmen.
Closest will be these 2 guys.
Right. Now that one was a sergeant, so you can do a lookout, sir, if you want.
I'm going to do the lookout, sir.
All right, so he's got a lookout, sir. So one of them passed.
Yep.
Well, no, you passed one, you failed one.
That's true.
Yeah. So your sergeant unfortunately still dies, and then you still lose 2 models though. So you have lost 2. Now I have 1 combat, but again, because of Zealot, he's essentially fearless. So everyone just sort of piles in, and things keep going like that.
Keep smashing each other.
Yep, keep smashing each other. So at the end of Admech and Grey Knight, turn 2, things are not looking good for the guard here. They still have their Wyverns and their 2 Leman Russes that can still put some hurt onto any unengaged models on the table, which pretty much just means the Admech stuff. But I've gotten things into combat, and that's going to prove problematic. Mostly because I can now chew through your ranks at this point. So we're going to see if they can turn this around. Stranger things have happened. So we're going to go take a look at objectives for this turn, and then we're going to move into Astra Militarum, turn 2. So for the objectives, I was able to get. I only got 2 characters this time, so I'm only getting the 1 victory point for Assassinate. But I was also able to get Psychological Warfare because you had your. Well, does that count as failing a morale test?
I don't think they can fail.
Well, you had your veterans that ran away.
I chose to fail, so yeah, that is.
Okay, so he's saying he chose to fail, so I'll go along with that. So we got that one as well. Now, I did not get any of these 3 right here. I think I will get rid of Hold the Line, just because at this point I'm advancing forward. I'm probably not going to be getting that, so we're just going to throw that one away. So next turn I'll be able to draw up to 4. Yeah, so at the start of your second turn, you are going to draw up to 5 objectives. So you already have 4. Secure objective 6, which you're actually in a position to do that, depending on what you want to do here. You do hold objective 6. So at the start of his movement phase, he's just going to roll his tank up a little bit, just to get a little bit better line of sight, so he can see this small squad there, or the squad that's in here. He's probably going to make a squad disappear this turn. So he's going to move. He's going to roll difficult terrain just before he does anything. So on a roll of a 1, okay, he's not immobilized.
Close.
So where would you like to take him? Just going to zip him forward.
Over here a little bit.
Just like that. Alright, that puts him into line of sight of all these walkers over here. So his company commander, who's still alive, is going to try and pop up to the 2nd level there just to hold the objective. Yeah, he got that easily. So it's going to just put him up there right next to...
right over here. In range of everybody.
Right next to the marker there. In prime range for orders. So with his Wyverns, unfortunately he's out of range of all the Admech stuff. And because there's so much infantry in the way, he can't really move up closer. So he's just going to churn them around just to point his heavy bolters right over here and maybe take some pot shots at the walkers here. So and he's going to attempt to ram the one right in front of him, that guy right there. All right, so he's going to attempt to ram. So he's front armor 12, so that's going to be rounding down, half rounding up. So that's going to be 6 plus your tank, so that's going to be 7 right there. And I'm a walker, so yeah, nothing going on there. So basically, you're going to get a strength 7 hit against me. So on a 4, you're going to 4 to glance, 5 to pen.
Let's see if I can do this. If I get 1 roll, it'll be this.
Ooh, 6, so that is a penetrating hit. And I'm open top, so if you roll another 6, you've just blown him up.
I can do that. I can do that.
Let's see what you got.
Oh, close.
What'd you roll? 5. So that is up to 6, so I'm now immobilized. Because it's +1 for open top. So you've just immobilized my Iron Strider right there. Now I'm still going to be able to attack you, but I'm pretty sure I don't have anything that I can hurt you with. Well, strength 5, and I'll be going against rear armor. So we'll check all that stuff out.
Just running away a little bit.
So he's going to go hide his platoon commanders just behind the building there. Keep them alive a little bit longer. And these ones over here.
Yeah, they're gonna get ready. They know what's happening.
They're going to act as a buffer for the company commander?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so that is it for the movement phase. So moving into the Astra Militarum shooting phase. So looking at the orders and realizing just how much stuff is actually in combat here and what targets are available, there's not really anything he's looking to do. I mean, he could make some things run a little bit extra more, but there's not really much places he can run to. So that looks like his order phase is just going to be skipped over and go right to the shooting phase.
Get some shooting done.
Now, we're going to start with this interesting one over here. Now, he rammed. He wasn't able to kill the walker, but vehicles aren't ever locked in combat, so we're pretty sure he gets to fire his weapon still. He will be snap firing. Now, if we're wrong about that, definitely leave a comment below, because we always want to learn that sort of stuff. But we're pretty sure he still gets to fire, even if it all is snap firing. And there's a lot of high enough strength shots that he could get through and take off that remaining hull point. So starting with the multi-laser on 6s.
No.
Nothing, unfortunately.
Heavy bolter.
The heavy bolter, again on 6s.
Come on. Oh, that's a 6.
There's 1. So if he can roll a 6 here, it's going to take out the last hull point.
Yeah.
And a 5.
Sure.
So unfortunately, it does not kill it. So he's going to take the heavy Punisher cannon and finish what he started last turn by firing into these two little... Oh, never mind. Sorry. He's going to fire into these 5 guys.
New target, new target.
New target, because he wants to feel really good, but there's going to be a bunch of other shots coming that way as well. So 20 shots, hitting on 4s. Oh, that's a pretty good hit.
Could have been better.
So it could have been a little bit better. It looked really good at first, but
a lot of 6s.
But you know what? It's still a good chance to take the squad out.
8 shots.
So that is a lot of wounds that I'm going to have to take, because this is what, strength 5?
Strength 5.
Yeah. So that's a lot of wounds here. So, and you said it's AP dash, correct?
AP dash.
Okay.
To get all your armor.
So 4 ups. So I passed 3 and 4 die. So there's 1.
Feel no pain?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Feel no pain. Feel no pain, there's another one alive. So I lost 3 still.
Is it feel no pain 5 or 6?
Oh, 6, never mind. I still lose them all. So there's 1, 2, and let's take a couple of lookout, sirs. Oh, he's dead as well. So that was... No, wait, yeah.
1 more.
No, because it was 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, it was 5. So you did actually wipe out the squad. So these poor guys just sitting on the objective, minding their own business, and your tank came by and just ruined their picnic.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Not
but
today.
you know, you're probably feeling a little bit better about yourself.
A little bit. I got a squad. I got a squad.
Oh, okay. So over here, his Lehman Russ Exterminator is going to fire into this Dragoon right here, who still has his 2 hull points.
4 shots.
Yeah, 4 shots.
Twin
hitting on 3, or sorry, hitting on 4s.
Hey,
twin linked.
So that's 1.
That's 1 so far.
Twin linked.
There's at least another one. Yeah, so there's going to be 2 hits.
2 hits.
So 7s versus 11.
So 4 up.
4 up. So it's going to be 1 penetrating hit. Now I do have a 5 up or cover save, sorry. Which he did not make. So that's going to be 1 penetrating hit, open top.
Let's see what I can get.
So 4 plus 1, so that's going to be a weapon destroyed. So he has his Phosphor Serpenta and he has his Radium Giselle. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 for the Phosphora and 4, 5, 6 for the Radium Giselle.
Okay, see what happens.
So that's the Phosphor Serpenta. So, but you know, still that's the thing that allows me to ignore or reduce your cover save.
So what about point down?
Now he's going to fire in with the heavy bolters here. Now there is 6 more shots coming this way, so theoretically he should be able to do something.
Theoretically,
he got 1 hit.
Got 1 in. 1
hit. So needing a 6.
No.
Oh, okay, and you have 1 snap firing one, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So your snap firing one?
6s. Nope.
No, unfortunately, nothing. And over here, he's going to use his the 2 heavy bolters on these wyverns right here, just to fire at this middle one right here. Hopefully, to strip off the last hull point there.
See if I can do it.
So on 4s. So that's 4 hits. So you just need a single 6 here.
1-6, come on. I can do that.
1-6.
Got it off.
Okay, so I have my 1-5 up in cover save, which I make. This is 1 persistent Dragoon. Unfortunately, everything else is either locked in combat, out of range, or just can't be hurt by what's remaining. So that is unfortunately the end of the Imperial Guard shooting phase. So moving in to the assault phase, I guess we'll just start from the left to right here. Now, because they're in base, they are still they're technically in combat. Now I'm immobilized, so I'm only going to get 1 attack here. So hitting on 3s, which I hit.
That's a hit.
Now it's strength 5 against rear armor 10. Now I couldn't find anything that says I have to go against the any other armor facing, because this does seem like combat. So again, this one is new to me. I don't really use walkers. So again, leave a comment if we just missed a rule, and we'll definitely make sure we correct that for future games. But strength 5 against rear armor 10. Oh, that's a penetrating hit.
That's fine. What does it do?
Now if I immobilize this thing, we're going to be stuck in combat.
It's going to be really annoying.
And 3, so it's shaken, so it's just snap firing.
Okay.
On your turn. Yeah, it still moves, but it's just snap firing.
Yep.
So over here, he's going to attempt to use his Warhammer. Are you going to try to smash again?
Again for the smash, so
All
under
right.
7. Oh, that's an 8, so I don't get it off.
No smash.
No smash this turn.
So we'll just do my attacks first. So 3 attacks, hitting on... oh, I didn't use a Doctor Imperative again. Oh, I think... either way, the 3 hits. And wounds on a 2. That's going to be 1 wound. So you have a 5 up save.
That's it. No.
So I take out another guy over here. This is just going to be a long, drawn-out combat.
Yeah.
So I have 1 combat, but unfortunately he didn't get a smash off, so he's not getting any attacks back, which means I win by 1. But because of Zealot, he's not running away, so we are just locked in combat over here.
It's a nice old meat grinder.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Moving over to this one, are you going to try and do your Warhammer again?
I will. I'm going to try and get reroll to wounds.
Okay. So reroll into wounds.
No.
No, unfortunately not. A 10 will not do it. Alright, so unfortunately that might be the end of this squad here.
Let's see.
Starting with the Librarian. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s.
That's 1.
That's 1. Yeah, because I think the other one was a 2 there.
Yeah.
And wounds on a nothing. Alright.
That librarian's just not throwing his weight around.
No, the Librarian, well, you know what? He cleansing flamed.
Yeah.
And he did do that.
He did burn everything out.
So, now the Justicar with his, 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Now the Justicar on the other hand, he's pulling his weight. Hammerhand is still off, so wounding on 2s. So that's just 1 guardsman right there. Yay.
So another meat grinder.
And now we're going to move into his attacks. So he's got 17 attacks back before the hammer. So this is hitting on 4s. So thankfully there's no reroll for him this time. That's a hit as well.
But that's a lot of hits still.
That's a good chunk of hits, and he unfortunately he didn't get the reroll off, or he doesn't get the reroll to wound. So he's wounding on 5s.
See if I can do that.
Ooh.
That's again looking very nice.
That's at least 5 wounds there.
Okay.
So again, I got to do this a little bit separately, just because the Librarian and the Justicar. So the Justicar. Oh no!
Yes.
So the Justicar goes down. Now the Librarian. So the Librarian lives, but he did take out the Justicar, which is bad for me because he was the guy pulling all the weight for me. So this could be a bit of a bad sign for the Grey Knights here. Let's see what the Terminator with the hammer does. He's going to hit once, and he's going to pulverize. Not a sergeant.
No.
No, not a sergeant. So I was able to win combat by 1, but you're fearless, so you're sticking around anyway. So we're just all going to pile in here, and we're going to keep at this. So at the end of the Imperial Guard turn 2, he was able to pick up a couple objectives here. So he has objective 6, so that's going to give him another point right there. He got overwhelming firepower for taking out a unit of the Scutari, so there's another point right there. He also got behind enemy lines. So that does put him up to 4 objective points, so he's starting to catch up a little bit. So at this point, things are evening up a little bit. I think the odds are still in my favor, but
It's definitely still in your favor, but you know what?
things can turn around.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Going into Admech and Grey Knight, turn 3. So at the start of Grey Knight Admech turn 3, I do have to drop to 4 objectives. So I'm going to get Secure Objective 1 and Psychic Communion. Oh, that should be an easy one for me. Alright. So at the start of my turn, I'm going to use my Doctor Imperatives to increase my ballistic skill by +1. So just to give my my walkers over here a little bit more oomph when shooting. We'll see if that can do something. And moving on to this guy right here. He's going to drop down into hover mode and just roll over 6 inches there. Just because now I can get my combat squatted purifiers out and maybe get some good cleansing flames off just to do some stuff. And over here, he's just going to angle a little bit, like so, just to hopefully get into combat and maybe help out against with that other Dragoon there. Now over here, there's going to be one squad that's going to be going through difficult terrain to get out of there. So just really going to roll 2d6, see what happens. 5 inches. So the 5 inches is just going to be enough to get one guy up on there. And all the rest are pretty much going to be still stuck down at the bottom here. That incinerator and psi cannon aren't really going to be doing much at the moment, simply because of where everything is. But they will have the option to charge, and I mean, I have the one guy up there that is going to mean, yeah, I'm going to keep him up there. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. He's going to use the 5 inches to go down there instead, just so he's not going to be charging through difficult terrain to maybe help out that combat there. Everyone else with Hector Rex is just going to run over this way here. That Lehman Russ has been causing me some grief, so I think I'm just going to run at it with some hammers and see what I can do here and maybe take it out in combat, just like so. And that is the end of my movement phase. So going into the psychic phase. So going into the psychic phase, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 still. Still have 10. Plus d6, 3, so I have 13 to your 3. So with my 13 dice, I think I'm just going to overload with some Cleansing Flame here. So this Purifier Squad right here is going to attempt to use it first. Of those 13 dice, I'm going to throw 6 at it. Needing 2s to succeed. I got it with 2 successes. Would you like to try and deny this one? You'll need 2 6s.
Yeah, may as well.
Alright.
See if I can do it.
No, unfortunately not.
Nope.
So that one does go off. Now, just to save time, I'm going to use my last, or I'm going to use 6 more dice on the other squad to pretty much do the exact same thing. Actually, no, I'm only going to use 4 because I want to try and get Hammer Hand on that squad as well. And no, that does not go off. I should have used that extra dice. And we'll just throw Hammer Hand on that one Purifier Squad as well. That's going to be looking at the tank, which also does not go off. Wait, hold on. I got to double check the warp charge on that one. Yes, it's a warp charge 1, so it does go off. So this Purifier Squad with Hector Rex does have Hammer Hand, and they're going to be looking at that tank and hopefully causing it a bad day. So for this squad over here, we're going to see how many hits are caused by this, and then we're going to figure out who's getting hit. So 2d6, 2 hits, Snake Eyes.
Oh, finally.
But you know what? Your company commander's in that bubble.
I'm surprised.
So
I see you blasted this song anyways.
So we're going to find out who gets hit. So we have a whole bunch in range, but with only 2 hits actually happening, not much is going to happen. I also just realized that you've been Soul Blaze this entire time as well. Yep. But, you know, that's Soul Blaze for you. Nobody remembers it. So, we're going to start over here. 2 Strength 5, AP 4, Ignore Cover hits over here. That's going to be 2 wounds. So that's going to be 2 dead guys, and it looks like you have just 2 guardsmen that are closest here. Not your autocannon yet. At least I'm going to say not your autocannon just yet.
See if I can use that autocannon.
Exactly. So over here, we're going to get 2 guys. 1 guy is going to die. So him right there. Over here, we're going to get 1 more. Now that one is your platoon commander. Do you want to look out, sir?
Of course I do.
Alright.
See if I can do it. He's good.
Which he's fine. So it's just going to go over to the next guy there. Now, this is the one I really care about. Let's see if I can finally take out your company commander here. So that's 2. So you need to make 2 5-up invulnerable saves.
Whew. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Oh!
Whoa.
Oh!
Wow.
So that company commander continues to endure. But you know what? I'm going to remember Soul Blaze this time. I think. Maybe. Probably not. But we'll see what happens. So that was a very underwhelming Cleansing Flame. But, you know, at this point in the game, that's kind of good for you, though. So, moving on to the shooting phase. So starting out my shooting phase, I want this company commander to die. So this Ballistari, with his Cognus autocannon, is going to unload into the company commander. So on 3s, twin linked. Actually, no, on 2s, because I used the doctor.
Yeah.
So on 2s, but that 1 gets rerolled anyway. So that's going to be 2 hits. So on 2s, 1 more wound.
Okay, 5+.
All right, let's see it. No! All right, the company commander goes down. So that is a warlord kill for me at this point. This guy right over here no longer has his Phosphorus Serpenta. So he's just going to use his Radium Giselle to fire at these guys right over here. So, needing 2s to hit. That's 2 precision shots. Ooh. So I'm going to put them both on your platoon commander. So that's going to be fun. Now you still get your lookout, sir.
Dude, can you precision shot if you can't see him though?
Oh, that's actually... We're going to get back to you on that one. So I do not have a magic bullet. So my precision shots cannot actually hit your platoon commander. So I'm just going to put them both on your Voxcaster, just because it's fun. And who knows, maybe if I roll some more 6s, I'll cause some more wounds that way. Because I don't think there's anything about... Well, I don't know about that one either. But, oh god, new rules! Oh, no. But you know what? There's no additional things right there, and there's no wounds. Because it's a sniper weapon.
Oh, wow.
So I need a 4 to wound,
okay.
yeah. So he did absolutely nothing. So the Storm Raven here, going to use the power of the Machine Spirit to fire the twin-linked the twin-linked assault cannon into the rear armor of the Chimera there, and going to use the multi-melta to take a pot shot at the Wyvern here. Now it's not within melta range, so I'm going to need a 4 to glance or a 5 to pen. But so starting with the multi-melta, needing a 3 to hit, twin-linked, so that is a hit. Needing a 4 to glance. That's a 6, so that is a penetrating hit. So this is AP1 plus open top. So on a on a 4 it becomes 5, 6, 7. So 4+ and it's blowing up. No. Now you do still get a cover save. I forgot. So take your cover save, 5 up.
See if I can get that off.
Nope. No. So it's only shaken. So it's not firing its big cannon, or its things, your blast templates, words, but you can still snap fire your heavy bolter there, so it's not completely useless. And you do still have the other one there. Now the 4 assault cannon shots going into the back of the Chimera here, hitting on 3s, twin linked. Good thing it's twin linked. It's going to be 4 hits. Now this is strength 6 against armor 10, so 4 is to glance. Only 1 penetrating hit.
That is a pen.
That is a pen. So I'm hoping for like a weapon destroyed or immobilized or something. And I got a weapon destroyed. So, does your last battery count as a weapon?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so let's say it doesn't. If we're wrong, again, leave a comment. So 1, 2, 3 heavy bolter, 4, 5, 6 multi-laser. All right. So that is the multi-laser taken out. So away it goes. So that is the end of my shooting phase. So moving into the assault phase, both these Purifier squads are going to attempt to assault in. So over here, these guys are going to assault in. I don't think they can really fail. Yeah, with 7 inches, they're in. So we'll move them in a second. Over here, these guys are going to go and assault into the Lehman Rust there. So it looks like about 4 or 5 inches. And yeah, they're definitely in as well. So in they go. Now that's big because that's a bunch of hammers coming in. Like so. There we go. And then over here, they're all in as well. So over here, that Chimera is down to 1 hull point left. We are still locked in combat, or in combat. So I'm going to get my 1 attack, hitting on a 3. That hits. So if I see a 5 or a 6, oh wait, yeah, 5 or a 6, I've taken the Chimera out. No. Alright, so the Chimera continues to live. Over here, I forgot I was going to assault him in. Oh well, I forgot that one. So over here, oh, your Warhems.
Very important.
Very important. Don't forget your Warhems.
Can I get some? Huh?
So what would you like to do? You can smash, you can reroll attacks. You have
I'm going to go for the rerolling attacks. I think it's more important to kill some Grey Knights.
You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. Now, because now you actually have a target to attack, right? So on 7s. Oh no, that's an 8, so it doesn't go up. Just to save some time, let's do them as well. Are you going to do the reroll wounds as well? Okay.
That makes sense.
That makes it definitely. Yeah. Okay. So that definitely makes it. So you're going to get the reroll attacks against the Terminators at least, and that's kind of a big deal over there still. So, all right. So let's go into this combat right here. So the Grey Knights at initiative 4 will go first. So the Purifiers are going to strike first. So they're all power weapons or AP4 except for the guys holding the Incinerator and the Psi Cannon. So that's these 6 attacks separate right there. So I'm just going to roll... you know what? I got to do the stave separate because that's +2 strength. Or +1 strength. Or plus something strength.
Plus strength.
Plus strength. So let's do that one first. On 3s. They all hit. And they're all wounding, even without the plus strength. And let's just quickly get the other power weapon ones out of the way. These ones are all swords, so no plus to the strength or anything. That one's not nearly as impressive. It's going to be 2 more right there. So that's going to be 5 that are just dead.
So that's going to be the autocannon.
So there's 1, 2.
And 1, 2, 3.
And 3 more. So there's the 5 right there. And the 6 non-power weapon ones on 3s. So it's going to be 4 hits. On 3s again. It's going to be 3 5-up saves for you to make. So 3 5-up saves.
Can I do it?
That's 1, 2.
Failed and...
Reroll that one. That's cocked.
Yeah, and...
Oh, so there's 3 more dead.
So the next one I think is going to be one of the sergeants. So I'm going to do it like a sir with him.
Sure. So on a 4.
Nope.
Nope, he does not look out, sir. So the sergeant goes down. All right. So at the initiative 3 step, we have the walker and all the guardsmen. So we'll just do the walker first, just to get out of the way. Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s because it's strength 5. That is 1 wound, so 1 5-up save, which you make. All right. Now, unfortunately, he still has a lot of guys locked in combat with the walker, so he can't get them out with his pile-in. But he does have his 2 autocannons, which are going to get some attacks against the Grey Knights there. So hitting on 4s. So it's 2 hits. On 5s with a reroll. Oh, wait, no reroll.
No reroll. No reroll.
Oh. So, unfortunately, you weren't quite able to do it. Now, you still have Zealot and Fearless and all that sort of fun stuff. So, everyone is locked in combat still. So, my guys are just going to pile in here and hopefully finish things off in my next turn. So, I have a whole bunch of attacks going this way. So, I'm going to start off with the 6 halberd attacks. At initiative 4, because they're going to be at strength 7. So that's 6 attacks at strength 7, hitting on 3s. That's going to be 5 hits. So at strength 7, rear armor 10, right? Or is this rear armor 11? Because some of them have rear armor 11.
The Exterminator is rear armor 10.
Okay, so 3s to glance. That's 4 penetrating hits, so it is dead.
It's very much dead.
Yeah, and that's before initiative step 1, so the hammers aren't going to risk blowing it up at this point. So it is just dead at this point. And moving on to over here, my librarian's actually going to issue a challenge at this point.
I will accept it with one of the sergeants.
With one of the sergeants? Alright. So he's hopefully going to actually finally do something in combat. 2 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. So your sergeant is dead.
No.
So away he goes. But you're about to get a bunch of attacks back. So he's got 11 attacks coming back. Now these all have to go towards the Grey Knight with the hammer first because of the ongoing challenge. So hitting on 4s. Ooh, that's not very good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, no, you know what? That's actually good. That's actually good. That's 1.5. And wounding on 5s, and he did get his Warhammer off, so he's going to get to reroll these. So I see 2. And so 4 rerolls. Oh, so there's going to be 4. So I got to do these. Okay, so there's 2 so far. Come back here, you. And oh!
The hammer dies.
The hammer goes down. So this combat is very slowly turning against the Grey Knights here. Now I do have reinforcements coming in, but still, there's another round of combat happening. And I could very well lose my Warlord if things keep going this way. But that is the end of Grey Knight Admech Churn 3. So we are about to move into Astra Militarum Churn 3 right after we check the objectives. So at the end of my churn, I was able to get Objective 1 because I still have some Skitarii hanging around on that one. I was also able to get Psychic Communion, so that does put me up quite a bit. Now, I'm going to hold on, you know what, I'm going to get rid of Objective 2, just because I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve that at all in this game. So next turn I'll be able to draw up to 3 objectives. So at the beginning of his turn 3, he is going to draw up to 4 objectives. So Witch Hunter, you should be able to get this one. And Scour the Skies. Now, sadly, I do have a flyer, so you can't throw that one away.
No.
But you know what? It is in hover mode right now.
I could theoretically do it.
You could. You know what? I don't think you actually have anything that can. Well, I guess if you turn that Lehman Rust around the multi-melta.
What's the rerun?
Well, it's 12 all round, but the problem is it always ignores the extra d6 for Melta.
Be difficult, but
it's going to be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. You could theoretically get a guy on that autocannon there, and shoot it down.
That's true.
Yeah, because I mean, even with Skyfire, it's a skimmer is still, you're still firing at full ballistic against that, so you have options. So going into the Astra Militarum turn 3 movement phase, we just looked up to see whether or not he can use this Chimera to ram the Walker. Now it just says it has to go combat speed, but it doesn't say it needs to move that combat speed because it says it just stops once it comes into contact with something. So we're going to say that he's allowed to continue ramming it. Almost like he's backing up and ramming it again. You know what, it's one of those rules that I'm not too familiar with. So by all means, make a comment. But this is kind of fun and funny. We both kind of want to see it happen. So we're going to let it happen. So he's going to ram it again. So this is going to be a Strength 7 ram against Armor 11. So
see if I can get it off.
Let's see what happens.
No.
Oh! So instead, we are simply locked in combat again. So I'm going to be able to kick it in the back again, just to see what happens. So this Lehman Russ is just going to turn around and start looking at. Looking at some Grey Knights.
Some Grey Knights.
Yeah, they're kind of exposed, but you know what? That kind of happens, I guess. Oh well.
And it.
So right over here. His one platoon squad right here is just going to get up to the quad autocannon and man that, because that's going to give him some extra firepower. Maybe shoot down the Storm Raven. Maybe put some more shots into the Purifiers there. The important thing is it's going to give him options.
The second squad's just going to get right over here.
And then his other platoon command squad is just going to move up and do some support. So the Wyverns are just going to move over because now they actually have some targets to fire at. And yeah, that's going to be a nice squishy pile of Purifiers there, probably.
If I don't hit my own guys again.
If you don't hit your own guys again, yeah. So he's going to start issuing his orders, and this squad right here is going to attempt to give split fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually going to be coming from this squad, ordering the other squad.
Okay.
So that way I can reroll because of the Vox casters.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So 9, probably want to reroll that.
We'll be rerolling that.
Because you need an 8, right?
And again.
Oh, unfortunately, it's still a 9.
Still a 9.
So it does not go.
But I could attempt to order on myself, technically.
I think you can. I'm not too familiar with guards, so.
We'll have to double check that.
So we think he's allowed to try and issue the same order on his own squad now. I'm not entirely sure. Once again, leave comments. We love comments. But I'm going to give it to him regardless. So let's see, on an 8, he gets it this time. So he will have split fire. So he has to enact it immediately, because that's the way the orders work. So you're going to fire the autocannon at At the Storm Raven. Okay. So it's got the, what is it, 4 twin-linked shots, I believe?
I believe it's 4.
Yeah, because it's two twin-linked autocannons. Yeah, so 4 twin-linked shots.
Hitting on 4s. Because only BS3.
But twin-linked.
Twin-linked.
So reroll those 2. It's going to be 4 hits. All right. I will jink, by the way. Okay. I think that's pretty much a given that I'm going to jink.
Makes sense.
So yeah, because at this point I don't really need its firepower anyway. So you need 5s to glance.
Glance it to death.
Unfortunately, only 1 penetrating hit, but I do get a jink up, or 4-up jink, which I fail. So what does the penetrating hit do? 4. That is stunned, I believe. Yeah, so it is stunned. So it's not moving, and it's snap firing next turn. So that's still kind of a big deal.
Okay, not
so,
bad.
and the other 3 guys, just going to fire into those purifiers there?
Yep.
Alright, so they're definitely in rapid fire range. So that's going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. That's 3 wounds. 3-up armor saves. I'm going to lose 1, which is the halberd guy.
Nice.
So he's just going to place it there right in the middle. He's going to get 4 shots because the other one is still shaken. So direct hit, I think you should keep that because you're hitting 5.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, okay. So now 3 more times there. So that's going to hit 1 more.
1 more.
So we're up to 6. It's not going to hit anything. So still at 6. And so you're going to hit 7 total. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to be 7 hits. So he's got 7 strength 3 hits?
I believe it's strength 4 or 5.
I don't think it's strength 5.
Strength 4.
Strength 4?
Strength 4.
Okay. So wounding on 4s, I think we might have shortchanged you earlier on that one.
Possibly.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't remember at this point. So anyway, so wounding on 4s, reroll. Oh, geez, who really needs much of a reroll there?
Yep.
So the reroll, so that's going to be 6 saves here. And it's right from the center, so I'm going to try to tank it all on Hector Rex. Because he's got his 2-up Artificer armor.
Okay.
And a couple wounds. And he's going to drop a wound, so I believe that puts him down to 2 wounds. But I'm going to double check that.
Angry bunch.
So Hector Rex does go down to 2 wounds there. And I'm just going to point it out now. I think I shortchanged him earlier in the game. So for that, I apologize. There's probably already a litany of comments from angry guard players telling me how I cheated him out of that one. So I am sorry. I will try to remember next time. So moving on to the rest of the shooting phase. So now we have some heavy bolters. There's going to be 1 firing at full ballistic, 1 snap firing. So the full ballistic one hits once, and might as well just do the wound.
See what happens.
And it's going to be 1 wound. It's going to be 1 wound, which I save, and 3 snap firing ones.
Nothing.
Unfortunately, nothing. Okay. He's now going to unload with the heavy Punisher cannon from the Lehman Russ into that squad of purifiers right there. So there's 20 shots hitting on 4s. So we're going to figure that one out. So there's definitely a good chunk of hits there. Now this is strength 5?
Strength 5. That's
strength 5.
Yeah.
Yes, strength 5. So wounding on 3s. That's a fair chunk of wounds there. Yeah,
6 wounds.
Alright, now I gotta do this separately because if it gets to Hector Rex, there is a different save going on. So we'll do these 2 at a time. So 3 ups. So there's 1 dead right there. Now we'll just do 1 at a time. There's 2 dead. Now the rest are gonna be, I think Hector Rex is gonna try and tank the rest on his 2-up save. Ooh, and Hector Rex is gonna go down to 1 wound remaining. So this squad is starting to look rather squishy. And he does have 1 melter that's within range and line of sight, which hits. So anything but a 1. All right. Now Hector Rex at this point is feeling very exposed, so he's going to try to look answer that, which he does because he's an independent character and a 2 does that. So yeah, that's a dead Marine right there. So down to 1 purifier and Hector Rex in that squad.
So we'll do the shots over there first.
Yeah. So this platoon squad's not going to fire because they're going to want to get to charge in and help out against that librarian. So over here, he still has the heavy bolter on the Chimera here. It's going to be snap firing. So on 6s. So one hit.
That's one.
So again, needing a 6. No. So they do remain in combat. So he's going to try and get in there. It looks like to be about a 4-inch charge.
Oh, that's snake eyes.
Snake eyes. You know, I've been letting you re-roll those ones because they're cocked, so re-roll that 1-1.
Let's see if I can do it.
So,
that's
okay.
5.
Now we're just going to double check this just to make sure, but you should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're golden. So he's in. So you know what? For every rule that I might have cheated you out of, I'm giving you those generous re-rolls.
Lots and lots of cocked dice.
I personally feel they're cocked, so I mean, I don't feel like I'm being charitable or anything like that. I'm just feeling that's the proper thing to do. So that's more things in combat there. And in case anyone's wondering, the Purifiers are fearless, so they're not going to be running away, even though they took a whole bunch of wounds right there. So this combat back here, I have 1 attack, hitting on a 3. Hits. Now I need to see a 5 or a 6. Hey! That Chimera is wrecked.
That is a glance to death.
That is a glance to death. So the Chimera is no longer bothering me. Moving over here. Now my my Justicar for my Purifiers is in this squad over here. So he's actually going to issue a challenge.
Is there a sergeant to accept with?
Is he a sergeant?
Yes, he is.
So he's a sergeant and you have your priest.
Okay, so I'll accept with the sergeants.
So he's just going to make way.
Jump over here.
Oh, no. The one with the sword right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just make way for there. Now, I will still get to go first because my initiative 4. So we'll do the challenge first. The Justicar has 2 attacks at this point, hitting on 3s, 1 hit, wounding on 3s, no wounds. So your sergeant's going to be able to attack back. So 2 attacks, hitting on 4s.
1.
So just 1, yeah, because there's the other one right there. So wounding on a 5. Oh, Warhammer. Oh, it wounded, but we'll remember to do your Warhammer in just a second.
Yeah.
And a 3-up save. Oh, come on! So
Go, Sergeant!
His little sergeant just took out my Purifier champion there. That's fantastic.
Go guard.
Now, before we forget, let's do your Warhammer.
Okay.
Are you going to do the reroll the wounds?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
So we'll do that over here.
All right. So reroll the wounds on that squad first. Yeah.
They make it.
Oh,
actually, no, they don't.
No,
They
it's
don't.
a 7.
It's 7, so they don't make it.
And the other squad?
The other squad?
You're gonna need a 7?
Nope.
Nope, that does not go off either. Okay. Now we'll finish off the attacks here. The guy with the stave is gonna hit once and is going to wound once. So that's gonna be 1 dead guardsman. And then the guy with the falchions with his 3 attacks. You're gonna hit once. I'm going to wound once, so that's going to be another dead one. Now, the interesting thing is here, your priest is the closest at this point.
So I'm going to have to do a lookout surfer.
So you're going to look out, sir, with the priest?
So I can do it.
Okay.
Is an independent character?
No. So how many wounds does the priest have?
Pretty sure only 1.
The priest just has 1?
1 wound.
So that gets rid of your zealot. Ooh, I can chase you down at this point.
Oh, they're going to be very free at this point.
And my last bit of attacks, these are the non-power weapon ones. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit. I'm noticing a trend with this one. And no wound.
I could win combat.
You have enough attacks that you might be able to do something.
If I can get another wound.
Now, just to quickly do it, we'll get my my Dragoon out of the way. So hitting on 3s. I didn't use an Imperative Doctor again, but oh wait, it's your turn, so it doesn't matter. And wounding on 2. So that is another wound, but you get a 5-up save for this one.
Can I do it?
Yes, you can.
Oh, wow.
All right. So he has 4 attacks that can be put onto the Purifier squad there. So hitting on 4s. So that's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 5s with no rerolls because he didn't get it off. So wounding on 5s.
That's 1 over here.
That's 1 over there. So. Oh,
I win combat.
Well, no, I don't think you win combat because I think I still caused 2 wounds.
Did you cause?
I caused 2 wounds because
we're tied.
Yeah, because I still caused 2 wounds. So,
We're tied.
well, you know what? I'm fearless anyway, so you weren't going to be able to chase me down.
No.
But the important thing is I'm not chasing you down now. So that was a rather odd combat.
Surprising to say the least.
But that was a good combat for you. So that's good for you.
Getting.
Well, I'm going to declare a challenge first.
Okay.
So are you going to accept or are you going to... Turn it down.
I'm going to accept with the platoon commander over here, actually.
With the platoon commander?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my 2 attacks. Let's see if I can pull my weight. 1 hit. And your platoon commander is dead.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he has 2 wounds, does he?
No.
No. So your platoon commander is dead, but there's going to be a lot of attacks coming back my way. Thankfully, there's no rerolls, though. So he has 19 attacks back. So that's a lot of attacks going on to the librarian here. Now he's hitting on 4s. That's not bad. That's a good chunk, actually. There's one more over here.
Okay, not bad.
That's actually quite a good chunk. And he's going to be hitting on, or sorry, wounding on 5s.
If I can do it good.
Wounding on 5s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this is very important. So my librarian does have the Curse of Sacrifice. So he's going to have his 2-up save plus a 5-up feel no pain. So, oh, it doesn't matter. So he's going to survive. He does win combat.
Still fearless though, because of the.
Well, this squad is fearless.
They're not though. You're right.
This squad is not. So they could run away, but they only failed by 1. So it's going to be on a 7, and I can't chase them down. But they don't care. They're going to stay in combat anyway. All right. So that is the end of the assault phase over here. A pretty good one for you. I'm just managing to take draws in this combat. I'm going to have to get in there and try and help out my librarian there because he's not going to last much longer. So going into Admech and Grey Knight, turn 4, right after we check the objectives. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get any of the objectives, so that is going to put him at a bit of a disadvantage going into turn 4. Especially considering he's going to end up losing an objective on the next turn, because we're going to be going down to 3 objectives each. So, going into Admech Grey Knights, turn 4. Alright, at the start of my turn 4, I dropped to 3 objectives. So, objective 6 and objective 3. So, objective 6 is possible for me with a good consolidation. Objective 3, though... No, I had a unit over there. Not anymore, though. So, over here... these guys are actually going to separate, and I'm going to have to do the measurements in just a second, but the guy with the hammer, the purifier with the hammer, is going to run after the tank there, and hopefully get an assault in, and Hector Rex is going to go help out his librarian buddy over here. So moving through difficult terrain for Hector Rex, 2 inches! That is going to be a very long charge for Hector Rex. Right over there. And over here, this purifier, going to move over 6 inches there and get into about a 4-inch charge range of that Leman Russ. You know, just maybe taking that out on my assault turn. He's just going to go back into... no, he's just going to churn and take some pot shots at the guard squad manning the Icarus cannon right there. He's going to move through difficult terrain just over those barricades there. Just hopefully to get into a better position. 6 inches... And yeah, it's just going to put him right there. Well, let's just make sure he doesn't immobilize himself, which he does not. Excellent. So that just puts him into a better position to get in there and hopefully help out in that combat. And that is the end of my movement phase because this fellow over here is still immobilized and everything else is either locked in combat or holding an objective. So, moving into the psychic phase. So I have 9 plus d6 warp charges for an extra 5, so that's going to be 14 warp charges. I think I know what I'm doing. So I was going to Cleansing Flame, but unfortunately everything that can do it is either locked in combat or too far away to really make it worthwhile. So instead we're just going to see some Hammer Hands go off. We're going to throw 4 dice at this guy right here to Hammer Hand, which goes off with 1. Would you like to try and deny it? You have 5 dice to play with.
Which guy is he?
That guy right there. So he's going to be Strength 10 when he charges in.
No, I'm going to put 3 dice in to try and squash it.
3 dice in? Okay. So needing a single 6.
Yeah, that's
you
one.
got it. So there's the 6. So Hammer Hand does not go off with him. So that's good for you. My Librarian is going to try and do the same thing. Hammer Hand. He's going to Perils. But he goes off. And his Perils is... 5. So that's going to be a leadership test. Or he's going to take a wound. There might be something else. We'll double check what the other effect is in just a second. He's going to pass his leadership test. We're going to see if there's anything else that goes on with that one. And then we're just going to use 4 more dice because I got 14 of them. I'm going to use 4 more to do Hammer Hand on the other unit of Purifiers. And that's going to go off as well. You can't stop it. You don't have enough dice.
Nope.
So, on a roll of a 5, because he passed his leadership test, the librarian is fine. He doesn't blow his brain up today. So, moving on to the shooting phase. The Ballistari is going to take his pod shots at the side armor of this this wyvern right here. So, I forgot to do an imperative doctrine again, so just hitting on 3s. Both hits. It was twin linked anyway. Now 7s, so 3 to glance, 4 to pen. 1 glance, 1 pen. Now you do have a couple cover saves. So take the cover save on the glance first.
Glance.
Nope. So he's down to 1 hull point. And the pen?
Pen. No.
No.
So he's gone.
So this one is now gone as well. So he's down to 1 wyvern. And the snap firing Storm Raven is just going to unload everything into the last remaining wyvern. See if maybe I can take it out. The twin linked multi-melta hitting on a 6. Hey, that hits. Now it's not in melta range. So needing a 4 to glance, 5 to pen. That's nothing. Alright, and the assault cannon twin linked. Nothing so far, but twin linked. Nothing. So the Storm Raven doesn't do anything this turn. And, yep, that's pretty much my shooting phase. Moving into the assault phase. Over here, this Dragoon is going to charge into the remaining guards here. Yep, that is definitely getting in with 11 inches right there because he has +3 for Dune Strider. So that's good. Hector Rex is going to charge into this platoon squad right there. Now it's through difficult terrain, and he's 2 inches away, so he's going to need a 4. So, that is enough. And it's a good thing I decided not to go into the other squad because he probably would not have made it. So we'll just put him right up to base there. And over here, as long as I don't roll a 3 or less, he should be good. Okay, good. He's in. So he's going to smack that tank up. So, moving into the combat. So over here, he's hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 3 hits. Now he's strength 8 because Hammerhand was denied. So it's going to be 2s to glance, 2s to glance, and 3s to pen. So I'm going to get 1 glance, 1 penetrating hit. So he's down to 2 or 1 hull point. Now the penetrating hit, this is an AP2 weapon. So if I roll a 6, which I did not, so he's only going to be shaken, which means he's snap firing everything. So that's going to keep him alive, hopefully, for another turn. So I didn't do nearly as much damage as I would have liked, but he's still down to 1 hull point, which is still a big deal for a Lehman Russ. Over here, Hector Rex will declare challenge.
I will accept.
You will accept, so your sergeant is just going to move up there. So, he has 5 attacks on the charge, and he does have frag grenades. So, hitting on 3s. Alright. And wounding on 3s. So, that's only 2 wounds. But, that does mean your sergeant is dead, and 1 little guardsman is dead. So, you're only going to have 2 attacks back. So the other guys have piled in. They got 2 attacks against Hector Rex. Hitting on 4s, both hit. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
I could kill him.
2 up armor save! And he's good. So that does mean I win combat by 2. So that's going to be a leadership of 5. And I'm in artificer armor, so I can actually chase you down.
Can I run over?
Oh, but you stick around regardless.
Fearless guardsman.
Yep. Over here, the Purifiers are going to try and get revenge for the dead Justicar. So we'll start with the Falchion. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, of course. So 1 hit. With, did I get Hammerhand off on them? Yeah, I did.
I think you did.
Yeah. So that is a wound at least. So that's 1 dead guy, and it is your sergeant that's in base contact. So, do you want to look out, sir, or?
I will definitely try and look out, sir.
Alright, so he's going to look out, sir.
That's the lucky sergeant.
Yeah. And he looks out. So one of he's got to be 1 wound on, just 1 wound.
1 wound?
Just 1 wound.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's only strength 5, and not strength 6.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy with the stave. 2 hits. 2 wounds. Just want to quickly double check something. I was wrong, it's +2 strength. I really should know better as a Grey Knight player. So unfortunately that is an insta-death guy. And I did just get 2 more additional wounds with the power weapon stave. So would you like to would you like to look out, sir, again?
Was that also gonna be instant death?
It will be.
So you know what? I'm not gonna look out, sir.
So you're just going to lose 2 guys?
I'm gonna lose. Oh, it's 2 wounds.
Yeah, because it's 2 wounds.
So I'm gonna look out, sir.
So that one looks down. So that means the autocannon is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to look out, sir, again?
Yeah.
Because that's going to kill your last guy there that's locked in combat.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
And he does it again. So the other guy is dead. And my final 2 non-power weapon attacks. 1 hits. 1 wound. So you have a 5-up save.
Let's see if I can do it. Come on.
No. So he finally goes down. This squad finally cleans up this combat, which should have been done a couple turns ago. So we'll consolidate the walker, first one, 2 inches, right over there. These guys, 5 inches. They're just gonna plow forward here a little bit. And this walker right there, 5 inches. He's just gonna get up on right there. All right, and moving on to this one right over here.
Yeah.
So Warhammer over here, he's going to try for the reroll of wounds again, which it goes off. Now I am going to declare a challenge.
And I will have to accept.
Well, you don't have to accept.
I don't have to. You know what?
I think you should accept. Eh?
I don't think I'm going to accept.
You don't think you're going to accept? All right.
I like those war.
You know, that's going to be 3 less attacks at the very least. Mm-hmm. So the librarian with his 2 attacks, 1 hit, 1 wound. So, oh yeah, and I was attacking the big squad, the fearless one. Yeah. So, yep, that's another one that goes down.
Gone down.
So there's going to be 9 attacks that get the reroll to wound here. So first to hit. So there's let's see, that's a decent hit, 5 hits. So wounding on 5s with a reroll. So that's 2 wounds so far.
Reroll.
Reroll for another 2 wounds. Jeez, your guardsmen just like to beat things with clubs. 2-up saves with feel no pain. And I make it. So he continues to persist, which is good because it's still looking pretty rough for him.
And then the last 3 attacks.
Yeah. So now 3 more attacks from the other squad that's in combat. No hits.
Nope.
So I did win combat by 1. So that squad has to test. This one right here has to test on a 6 or run away. Nope, they're sticking around. Your guardsmen love some combat.
They do.
So at the end of my turn, I wasn't able to secure any objectives. I will ditch objective 3 though. Just, well, you know, it's not going to matter because I'm only going to have 2 objectives next turn anyway. So it looks like next turn I got to go for a 6 and no witnesses. So at the end of my turn, things are still looking pretty good for my side. I'm cleaning up quite a bit. But that combat continues to persist, and he still has some shooting on the table. So, let's see what the Imperial Guard can do in their turn 4. So at the start of his turn 4, unfortunately he does have to drop down an objective, down to 3.
I think I'm going to get rid of secure objective 4.
Okay.
Don't have too much movement going on. I'm not going to get to it.
Alright. So he's going to roll his Wyvern back. He's going to go through difficult terrain because he's got to go over his own tank to do it, his own wreck.
The flaming carcass.
So as long as he doesn't roll... Oh no!
It's a 1.
Oh no! So he's stuck. You would have pivoted at least like so, and then got stuck. You know what? I feel your pain. I've done that before myself. So that's unfortunate, but you know what? You still have your Wyvern battery, and that can still cause a lot of damage.
Shots coming out, so
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And his Lehman Russ is just going to back up and just get a couple more shots in. And even with snap firing, I don't feel very good about the odds of that Purifier surviving. I think he might be dead.
There's a little chance.
Just a little chance.
Just a little.
So at this point, he has run out of command. So there's no more orders to issue. So he's going to move immediately into shooting. I say we get this poor Purifier out of the way with your 20 bajillion shots of doom and yeah.
It's a lot of.
So we have 20 heavy Punisher cannon shots coming this way, needing 6s on the Snapfire. Only 3.
Only 3.
Only 3. So he might live through this.
He may.
The odds are still not very good, but wounding on 3s. That's going to be 3 wounds.
We're going to cock that one or not?
No, that's 3 wounds.
Okay.
That's 3 wounds. And he goes down.
Goes down.
All right. So that is Witch Hunter for you. So that is an objective. And the immobilized Wyvern is going to be putting his templates into these 3 purifiers over here. Now, at best, he's only going to be able to hit 2 without scatters. So roll. And that is going to scatter. Would you like to re-roll that?
I'm going to try and re-roll that.
So here comes the re-roll. That one's a direct hit. So that's going to be 2. Now you have 3 more templates to drop down. So let's see what happens.
So that's going to be going...
Yeah, so that's going to hit 1.
So we're at 3.
Yep.
Next one.
That's going to hit 1. Okay, so you're at 4. And your last one is not going to do anything against him. So you're going to get 4 hits against my purifiers. So 4 strength, 4 hits, wounding on 4s with reroll because of shred. So 2 rerolls.
Shred
All right.
Oh.
Shred them up indeed. Okay, that's a lot of 6s.
He's angry that he's immobilized.
Yeah, too bad it's not rending, eh?
Oh god.
And I make all 4 of those. All right, that is the end of the shooting phase. So we're going to move into the assault phase. Well, first off, before war hymns, I'm going to issue a challenge again.
I'm going to, again, ignore it.
All right, so let's do some war hymns here. So on a 7. Nope. Okay, that bodes well for me. So, going to get my 2 attacks. Hey, he's finally doing something. Wounded on 3s. Hey, that's going to be 2 dead, and once again I'm attacking that squad right there. So that's good for me. So he's got 10 attacks coming back at me, hitting on 4s. Oh, that's not good. That's only 4 hits.
Not as good as I'd like.
No, and wounding on 5s. That's 2 wounds so far.
That's only
2 wounds.
Come on.
2 up saves. Oh, feel no pain. Oh, okay. So the librarian drops down to 1 wound remaining. Things are getting very tight for him. Now, he did win by 1, so this squad has to test again on a leadership of 6.
See if they can do it. They're good.
And they're still sticking around. All right.
They're so good.
So, and moving into this other combat right here, I'm going to get my 4 attacks against you. Hitting on 3s, 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, no, 3s, because he's strength 4. And he's going to win combat by taking out these 2 guys right here. And he'll consolidate. 6 inches. He's going to get over the barrier and go in and help his librarian buddy at this point. And that is the end of Astra Militarum, turn 4. He was able to get 1 objective. He was able to get the Witch Hunter objective, so that does give him another point right there. But he's going to have a hard time with those last 2 at this point.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Going into Grey Knight's Admech, turn 5. So these are all the objectives I get at this point. No witnesses and secure objective 6. So let's see if I'm able to pull those off. I should be able to get them. To start, he's just going to move forward a little bit through difficult terrain. 3 inches. That's enough to get him within to objective 6, so I'm going to get that one right there. Over here, this guy's just going to roll forward a couple inches. I probably could have gone 9, but it's not really a huge deal. These guys just going to roll up here a little bit. I'm only going to get 2 shots off with the side cannon, but it might be enough to glance the Wyvern to death. Who knows? And over here, Hector Rex is in a good spot. He's just going to charge in on his turn. Into the Psychic phase. 7 warp charges plus d6, so 8 warp charges total. We're going to throw 3 dice. Yeah, 3 dice at Hammer Hand for the Librarian. Which he gets it. Will you like to try and deny that? You have 1 die.
On the Librarian? Yeah, I want to kill him. I'm going to try this.
Okay. No. And Hector Rex, who gets Sanctic powers as well, but he does not get Purity of Spirit. He's only going to throw 1 die at it just to see what happens. Which does not go off. And I'm just out of 9 inches, so I'm not going to Cleansing Flame, just because I'm just down. And I just realized I forgot to move my Storm Raven, but he has line of sight on a whole bunch of things anyway. So, moving on to the shooting phase. We'll start with the Storm Raven into that Wyvern right there. No longer snap firing, because no longer jinking. Start with the Twin-Linked Multi-Melta, which hits 4+. 6, so that is a penetrating hit. So this is going to be +3 on the chart. 5, weapon destroyed. So 1, 2 is the heavy bolter. Anything else is going to be one of the batteries. So it is going to be down to just 2 shots with his barrage weapon there, and down to 1 hull point. And now I'm just going to unload into it with the assault cannon. Maybe hope for some rends. Hitting on 3s, twin linked. All hit. Now this is strength 6 against armor 12, so needing 6s.
Oh, that's a run.
That's 1 rend, which becomes a penetrating hit. Not that it really matters.
1 health point, it's gone.
And yeah, it doesn't matter at this point because I can't penetrate it, or I can't blow it up. So it is destroyed at this point, or at least it's a wreck. Moving into the assault phase, I will declare an assault with Hector Rex. He's pretty much in, but just to be safe, yep, he just got in. And going into the actual assault, I will declare a challenge with my librarian again. Would you like to accept?
No.
No. All right. So once again, 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay, so the librarian does nothing, but Hector Rex is next in the initiative order with 5 attacks. Now, unfortunately, he's only in base combat with that squad there. So he's going to get 5 attacks, and he's probably just going to absolutely murder this squad. Or not. But he is going to wound them at least once. So there's going to be 1 dead guardsman right there.
Okay.
So he's going to try to for his Warhammer again. So needing a 7.
Good.
And it goes off, so he's going to get to reroll his wounds. So he's going to put them all into the librarian again. So this is going to be 7 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Can they do it?
Can they do it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits.
That could be enough.
Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
1
wound.
Rerolls.
And 2
more.
wounds. 2 wounds. 2 up armor. And I make both of them. So once again, I have 1 combat by 1. So they have to make their test on a 6 again.
Let's see if they do it.
Hey! And you know what? Hector Rex can pursue. So initiative 4 plus 9.
3 plus
9. Hey, I caught you. So I finally take out these 2 guys right here, and Hector Rex is going to consolidate 3 inches. Just move right over there, and hopefully if I get a turn 6, he's going to charge in as well, providing the Lehman Rust doesn't absolutely demolish him. So that is the end of this combat phase. Moving into the Astra Militarum, turn 5, just after we check objectives. So I was able to get secure objective 6, but no witnesses continues to elude me because I cannot kill his priest for some weird reason. So that will be the objective I go into turn 6 with if we go to turn 6. So moving into Astra Militarum, turn 5. So he's just going to shift the tank over just to get angle on Hector Rex and put an ever-loving bejesus amount of attacks into him. So unless Hector gets a lot of really lucky rolls, I think he might be dead. It's just an inkling I have. Just an inkling. And that is it for the movement phase. So into the shooting phase. So 20 heavy Punisher cannon shots into Hector Rex, hitting on 4s. That is a lot of hits.
That is a lot of hits.
And, I have to get really lucky with my rolls here to see if he survives. Because you hit with, what, 16?
15.
15 hits. Wow.
Yeah.
So, needing 3? No. Yeah, 3. 5s. No, not 5s. What's the strength of this thing? 5?
5.
Yeah, so needing 2s. Needing 2s to wound. That's,
2, 3.
So that's going to be 12 saves I have to make. All right, let's see if he gets lucky. So here comes 12 saves. Let's see if he can make them all. Nope, there's 1-1. He failed by 1.
Wow, that was close.
But that is enough to take Hector Rex out because he was down to 1 wound. So Hector Rex is dead, which leaves us going into the assault with the librarian against this squad. I will issue a challenge.
I will not accept.
You will not accept a challenge. So use your Warhammer, get your rerolls.
Let's get that Warhammer off. Come on. No, I don't get it.
Okay, so I'm going to get my 2 attacks. Both are going to hit.
Ooh.
Both are going to wound. And I did get hammer hand off, so this is going to be a bunch of instant death things. So the closest is that fella right there.
Yeah.
And then this guardsman right there. So that means I'm going to win by 3, but it doesn't matter. You're still going to get your 4 attacks back.
I will.
So get your 4 attacks back.
Did they do anything?
You're going to hit once.
That is 1.
Yeah. So is he going to wound on a 5? Yeah, that's a wound.
If this is a 1.
And no, I'm going to make it. So far this combat just continues on.
It's dragging on.
And we're going to find out if this continues or if the game ends at the end of turn 5.
Kind of.
At the end of turn 5, on a 3+, the game continues.
Oh.
The game continues.
Drags on.
So that's what's going to happen. I'm just going to have to do this to the bitter end. But you know what? I may win, but you're gonna make me do it with one bloody eye. That's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Like this has been very hard fought.
Yeah, no.
So going into turn 6 for the Grey Knights and Admech. At the start of my movement phase, I'm gonna declare an impaired doctrine thingy, whatever. I'm gonna give all my Admech +3 weapon skill and -2 ballistic skill, just because at this point. And my Storm Raven is gonna move 12 inches this way. And hopefully blow up this Leman Russ at this point. And over here, moving through difficult terrain, 4 + 3 inches, that's enough to get him down right there. Guess who's going to be charging in? And these guys over here, I just don't even care about anymore. So, moving on to the Psychic phase. So I have 5 warp charges plus D6 for 5, so 10 warp charges. I'm just going to throw 3 dice. Let's do 4 dice. At hammer hand, and it goes off with 1. So you might as well throw all 5 dice at it.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to be doing anything else. Yep. 5 dice to deny, which he does not. Nope. So hammer hand does go off. So moving in to the shooting phase. Twin linked multi-melta from the Storm Raven into the Leman Russ. It is within melta range. Hitting on a 3. Twin linked. That is going through. Now, I am in the front arc, so I need 6 on 2d6 to glance it. That is a penetrating hit. And that is an explosion. Oof. So I finally take it out in turn 6. Nothing is around to really be hurt by the explosion though, but the point is, that's not going to be shooting at me anymore.
Nope. That's it for my shooting.
That is the end of the shooting phase. I will declare an assault right over here. He's going to assault in 2d6 inches. Yeah, he's definitely in. So hopefully we're able to do something over here now.
Warhammer.
So at the start of the assault, the Warhammer goes off. Rerolling the hits.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Alright, my librarian is declaring a challenge again.
You know what? I'm gonna answer this challenge at this point.
You're gonna answer it at this point?
I'm gonna answer it at this point.
Oh, big man. He's gonna turn around, he's just gonna slap my librarian around. And you're just gonna look at it and go, why didn't I do this sooner? That's what's gonna happen. So the librarian, first off, Hammer of Wrath, which wounds. So you have a 5-up armor save against the Hammer of Wrath caused by the walker there.
No.
So that's going to be 1 wound. So he's down to 1 wound right there. Now the librarian, 2 attacks. Both hit. Wounding on 2s. 1 goes through. Now you do have your Rosarius, which is a 4-up invulnerable save, or your priest is dead.
Come on, 4 up.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! The priest is dead! I have finally taken him out!
Oh.
It has taken me 5 turns of combat. That's 10 rounds.
30-man guard squad.
10 rounds of combat to take that bugger out. I have finally done it.
Worth every 25 points.
Worth it? Yeah, he was worth it. So in your pile in, he's going to pile in there. Now, unfortunately, one of your guys is stuck in combat with the walker, so he's not going to do anything.
But
so you have 2 attacks against the librarian here. Hitting on 4s.
That's 2 hits.
Wounding on 5s with a reroll.
So that's nothing, so rerolling that.
That's 2 wounds. Oh, jeez. I'm going to see snake eyes here.
Oh, no, please.
Okay. He made it. So I did win combat.
You did.
You no longer have Zealot.
No longer fearless.
Oh, wait. I still have...
your regular attacks.
Yeah, my Dragoon came in. So that all hits.
That's a lot of hits.
And... wounded on 2s. That's 3 saves.
Can I make it?
Make 3 saves.
5 up. Ooh.
That's 2 failed already.
It's 2 failed.
Uh,
Oh, and the combat is finally
That's it.
done.
That is all the Imperial Guard.
At the end of turn 6, it ends with an Admech Grey Knight victory by tabling. I had to kill every single one of your guys. Now, I would have still had the objectives, but you know, we'll talk about this in the post game.
Yeah.
So, for all you Vault members, check out the post game link just below, where Civ and I are going to talk about this and see if maybe we would do some things differently depending on how this game turned out. So basically, stay tuned. If you're not a Vault member, definitely check it out. You can always join for free for 7 days. If you don't like it, you are not obligated to stick around. But you know what? There's so much great content in there. You'll probably enjoy liking it. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see you sticking around. So, hope you enjoyed this battle report. Looking forward to doing some more. And happy wargaming.